I've been listening to our first Azureth episode,
Oh
and
yeah.
listening to me makes me want to rip my own eyeballs out. Seriously,
I can't listen to the ones I DM.
I can't
I talk too
listen to
much.
myself. I honestly, it makes my. I always listen on the train into work as well, so it's literally like It's 5:15 in the morning, and my bumhole is like clenched. I'm like, what the fuck is this? If we could move this box from the Shadowfell, I'm sorry, but turning this box into a little keychain and sending it into the fucking ethereal plane would have been perfect.
The thing is, JAFF is going to say the plan, and I'm not going to be happy.
You turn up late, Luke, and things don't work.
I don't think in the history of this campaign has YEG and JAFF agreed with one another.
All right, so last session, we continued our journey through the Shadowfell. After your revelations at the Lost Amphitheatre, you entered the Veiled City. You saw there was an auction going on, led by some night hag, in which you saw an extremely interesting individual with an old witch doctor's mask from the Middle Ages.
Card marked.
Yeah, purchase a memory of Lysandra Tideborn, one of the champions of one of the 12 prime gods, in exchange for a relic of Shah. Also, Zarlok bought a memory of his grandfather, which he hasn't actually opened yet.
I thought that the other day. He hasn't even looked at it yet.
He immediately forgot about it.
No, not even. I'm saving it till I'm alone.
He's got it in a jar for when he wants to listen to it.
I'm saving it till I'm alone.
And then you guys journeyed to the Fortress of Memories. You walked through the Hall of Echoes and saw statues of the champions of the 12 prime gods. Well, 11 of them. One of their plinths was empty, the plinth for Ao.
Hey yo.
Pussy
hey, yo. You then entered the Librarium of Whispers, where JAFF was extremely eager to get some knowledge. And in doing so, massively nerfed himself for the fight coming forwards, but you found out a little bit of stuff.
Yeah, still did all of the damage on the boss, barring 1 HP.
Found out that his dad thinks he's an absolute waste of time.
Yeah, and his mum was thinking,
yeah, my mum's a cheating tart. Fuck them both.
And then you entered the Chamber of Reflections, where you spoke to the Ravenqueen, who, in essence, said that she couldn't go to where the box is to protect it because she can't be near primordial energy. She gave you some lore about the gods, about how the gods came to be and how they all use primordial power and how they ascend to godhood. Before you guys entered the Bridge of Souls, and came face to face with Maleficent Blackfang, the Dragonborn Shadow Sorcerer, who is one of the 3 leaders of the Children of Darkness, the cult that are out here doing some business. He found out
they always called the Children of Darkness, or
they were always called the Children of Darkness. Anything that's different is simply redacted and must be changed in post. And yeah, you found out that he used to have a crush on Yeg's mum, and that's why he tried to.
He
kill
needed to die
ended
because
up
of
getting
it.
them both. He tried to ask you to acquiesce and to leave safely, and he would just take the box and there'd be no problems. You guys declined that proposition and engaged in a battle, which was
boys.
close. He managed to stop time at a point and almost managed to flee with the box using some chains coming through the portal between here and Hades.
But he choked.
But he choked. And we find ourselves now, you guys are in the Bridge of Souls, having just dispatched Maleficum and the rest of the undead that he had working with him.
So are my parents just like watching what's going on here?
Your parents, as when you entered, you noticed that they were tethered to the box. They are white spirits, but there is a small, like, black shadow at their core that has attached itself to the shadowy tendrils of the box, and it's preventing them from passing through the portal into
So
Hades.
because of their connection to the box, they can't get through. Oh, right.
Yep. You haven't actually tried to speak to them yet. They are fully.
Maybe they know.
sensitive.
Maybe they know what this. Maybe they know what the tendrils mean.
While he's chatting to them, I'm gonna quickly perform my Eldritch Rite or whatever the fuck it's called, which means in a minute I can restore both of my spell slots. Do they both have to be level 2? Yeah.
Yes, because you did have your whatchamacallits.
That's
thing.
just what I'm checking.
Yeah.
I want to go. Yeah, I want to go speak to him at least. See if they.
You look as you get closer. They look tired, knackered, weathered, like they've been here for a long time. You see your mother's face like begin to tear up as she sees her son for the first time in what is it? 5
years.
Long 5 years you left. About 5 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For like 5 years. Your father looks at you holding his lute, and he's got a face of just absolute pride. As you get closer, they say to you, "Oh, son, it's what are you doing here?"
I don't know. To be honest with you, it's been one thing after another. It's been relentless.
Your mother goes to try and hug you, but her incorporeal form sort of just passes straight through you, and it's a bit of a weird shiver down your spine. And she says, "Oh, how have you been? You look so much older. You look. Have you been eating?" And she starts looking you up and down, and like she says, "You look skinny. You need to eat more."
I've been eating loads of jam. It's healthy.
That's way too much sugar. Way too much sugar. You need to make sure you're getting.
No, but what was sugar-free? I promise.
You never used to like your carrots. Are you still eating your vegetables?
I can honestly say I haven't eaten a vegetable in months. It's not good.
She tries to like get angry at you, but she stops herself and says, "At least you're safe. At least you're."
Am I safe?
Okay. Well,
I feel like we all recognise where we are. Am I safe?
Well, you're alive. That's the main thing.
True.
I was really worried. Me and your father have been so worried about what happened. Why aren't you just at Wyvern Rock with the rest of? I thought you'd have been with Uncle Des or with someone.
Yeah, Uncle Des. Yeah, I've been trying to find his path, but we're a bit far away at this point. Yeah, it's been years. Yeah, I'm not at Wyvern Rock for the reason of I had to run away. I'm sort of wanted, maybe.
Wanted? What happened? How?
I am going to say this earnestly and honestly because I know everyone else can fucking hear me. And it's probably best not to lie, even though you are my parents. Should I? I don't know. This is for the good of my own heart. I killed someone by accident. Because of what it was just, they caught me at a bad moment. It was shortly after, I gestured to them and I go, when you disappeared. And, I was on my own and there was lots of, names and name calling and insults. And, one of them just, he overstepped. And I saw red and I made a decision and it was a pretty poor one. So, wanted. Yeah.
I'm so sorry that you had to go through all of that. How have you? So you've been on your own, just traveling. You're still a kid.
Well, I'm a legal adult. Thank you.
Barely.
Listen. I was in a band. That was pretty fun. Did they know us? That was all.
Your dad hears you say that you're in a band, and he's got overwhelming pride in his face, and he says, "I remember my time touring. Being in a band's the best. Those guys that I was with back in the day, they were some good lads. This is before I met your mother and settled down. I was a bit wild in my youth, but I would have loved to have played with you one day, son. I hope that loot is getting used."
Oh, for sure. definitely, it's been used in some bar fights as well. I say that with a smile. I'm like super happy about it.
Your mum shoots you daggers, but your dad gives a little sly smile, like, that's my son, good boy. You remember your dad's was like, he was a halfling, he was a little bit scrappy, rough around the edges. Your mum was very prim and proper. Your dad was a bit more your dad was a bit more of a wild child.
He's a working class boy.
Yeah, he was Mickey. He was a good lad.
So what is this box? Is the which one is this? One of those big dragon soul? Yeah,
the soul of Atraxes, I believe.
Yeah.
No, Umbrasyl.
When talking about the box, I don't want to interrupt. I just want to really quickly ask Gil if maybe he wants to cast Identify on the box. I mean, we think we know what it is, but more information, if there is any, can't help.
I mean, absolutely. That's also a ritual. So whilst Yeg is discussing with his parents, I'll just be quietly in the background preparing the ritual to cast Identify.
I think we're all social people, you know. You guys are here, the box is here. You know, I'm talking to my parents. It's fine.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Yeg. It's lovely to meet you. I'm a massive fan of your son. I would have pushed that guy off the cliff too if it's any sort of help.
Hello, you are a friend
I
of
am
my son's?
Gilgalad. Call me Triple G. Master of Mages is a bit too formal. We don't need to start there. Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't mention it often, does he?
No, literally new to the role. I don't know if you saw my LinkedIn post recently. But new to the. And these are our other friends. That's Jean-Pierre. He's a bit fucked up.
Yeah. I've always thought you'd really like him, man. You'd really like him. Dad, not so much.
I'll go over and go to kind of shake her hand.
Yeah, your hand just passes through her spirit, and she sort of looks like you literally saw me try to hug my son not even 30 seconds ago. Like, are you fucking dumb?
That's Cyril over there. Don't directly look in his eyes, but he's a great bloke.
Bouncing from one foot to the other right now, like his ADHD is sort of kicking in, and he's like just can't really sit still at the moment. He's just sort of bouncing around behind Mickey.
I'm gonna just quietly cast Mage Hand and just have it fly around in circles so he can just chase it whilst we talk. And this is Zarlok. Zarlok, don't be rude, mate. Come on. I know you're celebrating your victories, but come on, Zarlo.
Hello there.
He always sounds like this.
Yeah, this is.
You are a fine bunch. I hope you are looking after my son. I mean, I still can't believe a child like him is hanging around with you guys. You're all a bit of an odd bunch, if I may say so myself, but you all seem nice enough.
Do you guys know why you're attached to this box? Or are you just kind of along for the ride?
You hear your mum say, I have a working theory. I'm not the most adept at understanding the arcane, but we've been here for a while. We've had some time to ponder. It seems that... So you never knew Maleficum, really, like how I did. And you see Mickey starts to get a little bit like, not this guy again. He's had to hear about this guy for a while. And Lyra says, he was not always magically inclined, shall we say. I always preferred your father, and he set off on a quest to try and prove that he was a man and worthy of my love. And when he returned, he had this dark magical power, and whatever this box is seems to resonate similarly.
I don't suppose he mentioned the Underdark to you, did he?
That is where he said he was going to. He said that there were things down there that if he could conquer would surely show me that he was worthy of my affections.
Right.
And when he returned, his magical aura was similar to that of this box. And it seems that being the magic that unfortunately killed me and your father, it seems to have tied us to this box, and we can't pass on. We've seen hundreds, if not thousands, of souls pass on in front of us, yet we have been stuck here mere feet away from the afterlife, unable to continue.
Oh, that's so dark. It's not fun.
I think at the mention of him specifically being referenced as not a great magic caster or user, Triple G's sort of ears pick up, and I'll ask, sorry, can I just... You said he wasn't a adept magical user. Could he cast magic at all before he left? Or I was under the impression this guy was a sorcerer. I've spent my life around wizards and spellcasters. He was an extremely adept spell user when we just encountered him.
While he's talking to them, I'm going to walk around and try and go through Maleficum's pockets as well.
He had no magical power to speak of.
He had nothing.
No magical power. He was a quiet guy, Maleficum. He was... I mean, you see him now, his scales are shadow. He was just like the rest of us, just a white dragonborn. You know, he was quiet, he was studious, but he was interested in history and myths and legend. You know, he liked his fantasy books. And I always preferred someone with a bit more of a bad boy streak. And she nods her head to you over to your father. And
all right, Mum. Jesus.
He returned from his expedition, and his scales were tinged with this black shadow, and he had this magical power that I'd never seen him wield before. And he came with a vengeance, just trying. He saw me with your father, and he just saw red, and he was hurling spells trying to end him. And one of those hit me, and next thing I knew, I was here, and your father followed along. Not very long afterwards.
I mean, both as above table me mechanically and Triple G in the world of Azureth, I recognise in this fight Maleficum as a sorcerer class. Is that right?
Yes.
This deeply disturbs Triple G.
Yeah.
This is fucking wrong.
JAFF, as you're going through Maleficum's pockets and his person, he's wearing like a fairly fine robe. It's like black with some like purple obsidian tinges. It looks like, fairly well crafted. He's covered in blood now because you and Zarlok sliced him up fairly bad. He also, in his sort of pouch to the side, has 134 platinum pieces. As well as about 87 gold, just in his little like coin pouch. And on his finger, he has a ring. It's made of like a black metal with a purple gemstone in it. It's got an arcane aura, and it's a fairly normal magical item that's it's pretty easy to work out what it is. It's just a ring of the mage. It gives +1 to spell save DC and +1 to spell attacks. At this point, I would say that your identify spells finished, and as you cast identify on the box and its contents, the box itself is heavily enchanted. It has extremely powerful glyphs and wards that are preventing too much of the power to escape through. However, you do notice that even with these powerful arcane wards, there is still almost a spillage. There is small tendrils of power that do manage to escape through. And you also notice that while it is holding what is colloquially known as the soul of Umbrasyl, is impossible to contain the entirety of the soul in one area. Most of the soul is actually spread out. You can feel this through your identify spell. Most of the soul is actually spread out through the entire plane of the Shadowfell, and it almost stitches together the fabric of this plane. But this box, this coffin, this casket, it actually contains the very core crux of it. And acts as almost like an anchor, keeping it bound to this point. And the spillage goes through the rest of the Shadowfell, stitching and holding it together, and is almost like the arcane battery that powers this realm and keeps this realm from existing.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna give the ring that I found to Triple G. I'm going to give each of them 33 platinum. So you're all getting 33 platinum. I'm taking 35 for myself. And then you all get 21 gold as well.
Cool. Everyone mark what you got. As a heads up, 1 platinum piece is equal to 10 gold.
That's huge.
10 copper makes 1 silver, 10 silver makes 1 gold, 10 gold makes 1 platinum. Electrum's a little bit different. It's a silver gold hybrid. So like 5 silver and 5 gold melted together makes 10 electrum.
You're all getting 21 gold as well, just FYI.
Yeah.
Make sure
amazing.
to mark that.
Whilst you're doing that, I turn to the party and say, boys, I need to highlight this guy he was just a fucking normal guy before he left. He's a sorcerer now. I'm a wizard. That means I spent most of my life learning spells. I had to learn spells and practice. A sorcerer is meant to be born or is innately magical himself. That's the whole point of a sorcerer and a wizard. I learn spells and I grow my knowledge and become more powerful. A sorcerer is innately born or experiences that magic naturally. This is fucked up. If this guy was just a regular guy and now he's a sorcerer, whatever we're dealing with here is...
It's like magical incest.
It's the Underdark. It's got to be the Underdark.
Primordial power is on a level that we have not seen before.
Well, look, we need to figure out multiple different things here. We need to figure out what we're going to do about Lyra and Mickey right here, and then we need to figure out protecting this box.
I mean, we've got to sever Lyra and Mickey, right? We've got to cut them off.
How can we do that?
Can we figure out how can we? Can
I roll an Arcana on that?
I would say roll an Arcana check.
Can I help? I'm actually okay at
You can
Arcana.
even help action as well if you want to make him roll with advantage.
Yeah.
I'll give him. Well, if either you're rolling separate or whatever, I'll give help action as.
Yeah, one of you could have
Oh
to give the help
my
action to Gil.
goodness!
Jesus Christ.
What's in the bag?
What's in the bag?
What's in the bag?
What's in the fucking box?
Gildo, you have, out of everyone here, pretty much been the most up close and personal with primordial magic throughout your adventures. You have reached out and tried to control it, and during when you first used fire gazing, you have been cursed by a portion of it using the gem that Vilgefortz had to try and speak to him in that little fire ritual that you did after you brought his body back. So you have felt the power of primordial magic, especially that of Umbracils, and you know how incredibly potent, powerful, and dangerous it can be, which leads you to believe that ordinary magic will do very little in this scenario. However, you do hypothesize perhaps the only way to counter the primordial magic of Umbrasil would be some other form of primordial power. Now, whether that is any primordial power or a certain type of primordial power will depend on how powerful that magic is. For example, the obvious counter to Umbrasil's magic would be that of Atraxi, seeing as it is black, so darkness versus light, black versus white, they are antitheses of each other. But you also know that there were other primordials, as you learnt from the Ravenqueen, as you learnt from other findings. There was the primordial power of there were 6 primordial dragons, and also the lesser primordials that sort of stemmed from them, such as primordial titans that are more based in earth. You have the leviathans that were more based in water, and each of those have their own power. So trying to use normal arcane magic to sever this bond is probably not going to work. But if you could find a way to wield any other primordial magic, be it that of a lesser primordial or of a greater primordial dragon, that is probably your best bet, trying to sever this connection.
I mean, I know we already searched his body, but Maleficent pulled a gem out in that fight. Is there another gem on him, or is there's just the one he used for the time stop?
There was just the one he used for the time stop.
Right, okay. I relayed the information, and yeah, I'm sorry, but we might have to put a pin in this just for a little while longer. I don't.
No,
Thing is, as well,
I get it.
the Ravenqueen can't come in here because she's not a true primordial.
Is there any other way we can secure this box here, like even more so, or do we think it's perfectly fine where it is?
I'm a couple of points. First and foremost, I am not happy with leaving this box just unattended here. It's right by a portal to Hades, and there is no one here to protect it.
Yeah,
How it hasn't been
point.
stolen already is fucking baffling to me. I have an idea. I may need your help on it, and it does involve us going to talk to the Ravenqueen.
She was honestly lovely. I'm so happy to go and talk to her again.
I think when you humanize these gods, they're actually okay.
And I'm gonna go over to Yeg, as I say I need his help with it, and I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder, give him a little hug, and I am gonna give him some inspiration.
Hey, you stole my thing.
You can't help but multi-class, can you? You just can't fucking help it.
JAFF has had 3 different classes.
This is unbelievable.
Let's go chat to the Ravenqueen.
Experienced 3 different classes. Cool. You head out of the Bridge of Souls, and you were transported here. You didn't actually walk here. Because you went through a mirror little portal to get from here to the Chamber of Reflections. However, as you come out of the Bridge of Souls, you can see that you are like elevated above, and this is all like ruins. I'll just show you. I haven't really got like a top-down map, but I'll show you the external map that we have. So you can't really see, but like behind this area is where this Bridge of Souls is. You entered from down here. So you need to work out to go downwards, and you'll find somewhere that you will find familiar. So you begin to sort of descend down the ruins, and you actually manage to see and end up in part of the Librarium of Whispers, where you spoke to the Archivist Salis. And as you get in here, you see him sort of bumbling around again, and you're welcome to go over to him and ask him for some assistance to get back to the Ravenqueen. He's blind, so he can't see you.
I'm gonna run over and be like, "Hello, us again. Any?"
Sorry, you broke up at the end there. Just can you say that again?
Just can he take us back to the Ravenqueen?
Why, of course. Please follow me. And again, at his excruciatingly slow pace, he begins to guide you through this labyrinthian corridor of cases and shelves of tomes, and you once again reach the Chamber of Reflections.
On our way over here, I'm basically gonna reiterate my plan to Yeg and be like, "Look, I think you're gonna be the most likely person here to be able to."
What do I need to persuade her to do?
Us. So we need protection for this box. Now, we need, in some way, figures that we can trust protecting this box, but they have to be in the Shadowfell. So we have to think of people who have died recently. Who do we know that's died recently? 2 people.
Ganfal.
We know Ganfal, and we know Vilgefortz. Now, Vilgefortz, just as he died, probably shouldn't put him in charge, but Vilgefortz in some way tied to protecting the box somehow. Powerful wizard, was once fucking master of nonces, so he can I'm sure he can do a job there. Now, in addition to this, I think just leaving 2 powerful squishy wizards could cause problems. Like if a big chunky cunt comes in, could be arsey for them. So I'm going to ask.
Why would no one knows that it's unguarded? You've got to remember that.
no one knows that, but if they were to come here, they'd
Yeah.
quickly figure out like there's not a lot of guard in this. So I'm gonna ask you
Yeah.
to ask the Ravenqueen
Okay.
to imbue some of her primordial power into Enfer,
Oh my
and I'm
god.
willing to leave Enfer here to help the two of them protect the
hang
box.
on. Let me write this down. I'm scribbling notes. Imbue primordial power into Enfer so he can protect it. Quick practice round. I'm going to go in and I'm going to say, hello, Ravenqueen. What I'd like basically is imbue primordial power into Enfer so he can protect it. Also allow Ganfell and Vilgefortz to be there to like wizard it up.
Yeah,
Cheers and
maybe
thanks.
something about tying Vilgefortz to the protection of the box. We can go
And
again.
leash Vilg.
As you enter
I'm
the
practicing lines.
Chamber of
as if I were-
Reflection, once again, you see flittering between the different mirrored areas of this chamber the white porcelain mask of the Ravenqueen. And she speaks out to you all and says, judging by the fact you have returned alive, I am assuming that the threat has been dealt with. For that, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
No worries. I did want to ask a quick little favor, and I was wondering, Ravenqueen, if there's a few things, little checklist for you, because there's no one protecting the old, the old box, the old dangerous thing, and that like helps you. We're thinking, spitball, imbue some primordial power into Enfer, and leave him here. He's yours for the time being. We also get Ganfell, our dead friend, and Vilgefortz, master of nonces. We'll get him up, tie him to the box. The nonce, he's a bit weird. He's a bit unstable, I think. Ganfell, perfectly sane. Have them all protect the box until we figure out what to do.
And I'll give him the help action, and I'll be like,
Sound good?
Otherwise, your realm is in serious danger, and I'll give him the help action.
Okay, before you make your persuasion check, she's going to hear out what you said.
Damn straight.
And she will say, one moment, and you see that materializing from the mirror that her porcelain mask was sort of showing from, stepping out is an avatar of the Ravenqueen, standing 8.5, 9 feet tall, even dwarfing Zarlok.
Oh shit.
She walks out.
Jesus
you see her
Christ.
skin. You see her entire body up to the neck is covered in a almost a ball gown with a cloak of raven feathers. And then the only where her face would be, you just see it is completely covered with this porcelain mark with one crack going diagonally through the mask. She steps out, and it's quite a scary presence. Not as in she's trying to scare you, but just the raw power she exudes is immense.
Jeff
She
gets
walks
a
out.
visible erection.
She walks out, and she flicks her wrist slightly, and appearing just out of thin air are the two souls of Ganfell and Vilgefortz.
Hey!
Hey!
And you see, as they appear, they are spectral and incorporeal, but they look just as they did before they passed. Although Vilgefortz's head is not crushed in, it's not caved in. It's still the visage of him pre facial mutilation from Zarlok.
I give Zarlok a nervous sideward glance.
Before the two of them can really acknowledge you guys, the Ravenqueen says to them both, your companions have recommended you for a task to protect the casket that holds part of the soul of Umbrasil from any dangers that may pose a threat to it. Can I count on you both? And Ganfell immediately nods his head and says, of course, I will do what I can before I pass on to protect
I'm
this
gonna
box.
blow a kiss to Ganfal.
Vilgefortz nervously looks between the Ravenqueen and you, Gildor, and says, I would love for nothing more to have a chance to repay the debt I have. I have made many mistakes, and a chance for redemption is all I can ask for. I do worry, however, that being in close proximity to the being that corrupted me may be hard to withstand. So any protections you can bestow upon me will be greatly appreciated. I now ask if you can make your persuasion check with advantage, Yeg. And if you'd like to add your bardic, you're more than welcome to, but you can do so after the roll.
Bang.
Yeah.
Do you
Is
want
he
to
rolling
use your-
against something yet?
I will add.
There are two different DCs. A DC of 20, which you've already hit, will give you the aid of the Ravenqueen. Hitting a 25 will get you everything you asked for.
Right, well then.
You have a
bardic.
D6 to roll.
D6 for a higher. Oh my
That's
god!
so exciting. D6.
Yes! Come on!
The Ravenqueen then begins to move her hand in front of the face of Vilgefortz, and coalescing out from her palm and latching onto his face is a very similar porcelain mask to the one that she wears.
Yeah, that's sick.
And it attaches itself to the incorporeal form of Vilgefortz and sits just above his face. And she says, this should protect your psyche from any influence that the soul of Umbrasyl may try to impart upon you. And as for your Drake companion, well, allow me. And she once again strokes her hand along the scales of Entha. And Entha's scales always changed colour depending on your mood and your attitude. And we didn't actually really, we didn't confirm this, but I have the feeling that ever since you've made your pact, his colour's always been darker tinged. Greys and blacks and deep purples, fitting with, and maybe even a deep red fitting with your sort of theme of vengeance. And as she strokes her hand across him, he moves into a more off-whitey grey colour, and he begins to grow in size, now almost the size of the chamber. His wings begin to sprout out from him, larger, and where they were once scaly, they are now feathered with raven feathers, and he now grows to the size of a full-grown dragon. His colour more of like a stony grey, similar to the porcelain mask that she wears. And she says to the three of them, you will be tasked with protecting the casket that contains Umbrasyl's soul. Do so in my name, and you shall forever have my blessing. And behind her, the mirrors shimmer once again into like a portal into the Bridge of Souls, and they all get ready to step through. If there are any words you'd like to say before they pass, you may, before they pass through and begin their duties.
I would like to step forward to Vilgefortz and say to him, Father, you may have left the path of good in life, but in death, you make me a very proud son. And I'm sure Mother will be very pleased to hear all about this when I get home.
He looks at you and says, in life, I was nothing but a disappointment to you and to our people. I will spend the rest of my death trying to put that right. And he places an arm on your shoulder, sort of moves it up and cups your face ever so slightly. You don't feel anything because he's incorporeal, but the sentiment is there.
Also, very quickly, don't blame Zarlok. It's I gave him permission. You know, it wasn't personal. You were being a bit of a prick. I feel like he had every right to smash your head in. Also, I think you're about to meet Yeg's parents. Please be polite, okay? Just
he nods,
you know.
and he says, "I think I had it coming. I can't say I didn't deserve the reception I received. I will do my best to protect this relic and to give company to your Dragonborn friend's parents." And the beings slowly walk. Do you want to say something before they go?
I mean, I'd like to.
Just come.
I'll run up really quickly to Ganfal and just tell him that we found a very beautiful place to bury his body, and that we're forever in his debt for how much of a pleasant comrade he was for the time which we spent together.
He smiles at you, and also to you as well, yeah, because he spent the most time with the two of you and had a bit of quite a nice relationship with you both. And also owes you a lot for repairing his psyche in the Temple of Helm way back in the beginning of the campaign. And he smiles and he says, "Journeying with you guys made me feel young again, and I wouldn't change any of it for the world. I thank you for your companionship and your company, and I hope nothing more for you guys to live good lives." And he says live good lives, and he's looking directly at you as he says that, Jaff, almost reminiscing of the conversation you guys had in the woods all that time ago when he sensed the vengeance filling your heart.
I'll give him a little nod and a slight smile, and then I'll just walk over to Enfer and I'll say, in Draconic, "I'm sorry, kid, we needed some help there, and don't you worry, it's not goodbye, it's I'll see you soon."
He doesn't respond with words, but he does what he used to always do, which is like sort of nuzzle his head into you. But now he's like 100 times the size. It almost pushes you off your feet as he sort of like pushes his head into your shoulder, and you take a few steps back. And you travelled around with Enfer for a long time. You know, you hatched him from an egg all those years ago, back when you were with the Venari and you were travelling. And he looks sad, but he understands that for you to ask him to go, there must be a good reason. You wouldn't do this lightly. And like the good, loyal companion he is, not a pet, he's more than that, he's a friend. He sits on his hind legs, bows down to you so slightly, and then him, Vilgefortz and Ganfal turn and step through the portal into Bridge of Souls, where they will reside and protect this casket until their job is done.
Fucking go, boys!
Even in death, Ganfal is just fucking killing the game.
Forever my goat.
Yeah, Jaff, that was huge, brother. Advantage first, then the Bardic Inspiration, both coming into play.
I knew we needed a high roll. I was like, I burn as many resources as I can. Okay,
the
we need.
Ravenqueen now stands before you and says, "You will always be welcome here in the Shadowfell. I cannot thank you enough for what you have done here. And any guidance or information I can bestow upon you, I will be happy to do."
I have two things to say, madam, before we leave. Firstly, is there a way we can contact you outside of the Shadowfell?
The rules AO put into place makes it very difficult for
Fucking AO.
divine beings
An
to visit the mortal realm. There are loopholes. There are ways around this.
Listen, you don't. We know he's a bit of a cunt. We get it.
You know very little. What AO has done for the divine members of the pantheons.
No, we know he's a cunt though.
Yeah.
She shoots you a glare, and at this point, you've always realised that the Ravenqueen has been nice to all of you, but she's always been a slightly more standoffish to you, JAFF. And hearing you badmouth sort of the arbiter of the gods is kind of the final straw. And she stands and sort of towers over you and says, like I said, I'm incredibly grateful for your services that you have provided here. However, know that I see through you. I know where your power comes from and how vile that power is. And under different circumstances, I would smite you where you stand. So be very careful with the tone in which you speak to me.
Okay. We
Yeah, JAFF, don't be a knob, honestly.
Yeah. We are leaving.
Did
Thank you
just
so
say
much.
did just save a literal fucking realm, but we'll
Hence
move
why I'm not
past that.
smiting you where you stand currently.
Yeah.
As we are, I am shoving everyone out the door, and I'm like, I remember you said that you're not a real primordial, and you are contractually obligated to not tell anyone about it. If we can help with that, just let us know.
You may have misunderstood. I'm not a primordial, and neither is any of the gods. I simply did not ascend to godhood using primordial means. But in terms of fixing my predicament, I don't believe that is something that you guys would ever have the power to do. But I thank you for your empathy on the situation regardless.
Well, if we don't ever see each other again, that means this plan has worked. I wish you the best.
Afternoon,
We
good evening,
run
and
out.
good
Bye,
night.
mummy. We need a team meeting.
Yeah.
Can we find
okay.
somewhere to sit down
First-
and have like a proper
First
team
and
meeting?
foremost, I'm going to put my hand up. Let's not team meeting here. This is... I fucking
Yeah.
hate this place.
Good.
Can
good first
Cyril
topic.
take us home?
Cyril, what
Yeah,
do you
can we
need
get
us
the
to do?
fuck home?
Cyril says,
Cyril,
yes,
brother?
yes, of course.
Oh God,
am I
are we going to
still-
time travel? Holy shit!
Am I still getting promoted when we get back?
Cyril, as soon as our feet touch the floor in Zahith, all you have earned is coming to you, brother. I've got it laid out. This is last chance alone. This is all you have to do, brother. It's
All right, everyone come close. Everyone hold hands. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Okay.
He mutters an incantation and draws a little sigil circle on the
no.
ground. And you all reappear
Okay.
in place in the middle of Zahith.
Oh my god.
You know, he gets the spell right all correctly. And it's currently night. It's like late, it's not like middle of the night, but it's like 8:30-ish, 8-9-ish at night. The tribe is like quiet. There's a few people sputtering about, and you have reappeared just outside of his hut. And as you guys pop into existence, his caretaker Yoran comes rushing out.
I swear it's been
He's
half
like,
an hour.
I can't believe you survived.
Why can't you believe it?
Well, I didn't expect you guys to be back, definitely not this soon.
How soon is it? Did we time travel?
Well, you left this morning and you came back this evening.
fantastic timekeeping. I'm going to stand as tall as I physically can and loom over Yoran and say, look at this fucking man right here. I want you, I fucking declare as Master of Mages, you treat this man like the fucking god he is. we have all been sleeping on this man. I take a pen and paper off or like a squirrel, whatever the fuck it is, off the table, and I write, as Master of Mages, I hereby decree Cyril, what's his last name?
You never asked him.
Cyril, what's your last name?
He's like, I actually don't remember.
Okay, I write Cyril in brackets, just Cyril, like Beyonce, close brackets. I hereby declare Cyril as part of Parliament, global head of... What do you want to be global head of, Cyril?
Law, questions, history, law, questions.
Global head of questions, global head of questions, answers, and border relations, and sign it at the bottom, and I give it to Yoran and say, you will do well to see that gets to Concilius ASAP.
And border relations.
He's like, he's like shit scared now. He like drops down to like one knee. And says, "Yes, sir. Of course. I'm sorry. He's our Lord and Savior. Cyril, I'm sorry for everything bad I've said about you. You've been a pleasure to the entire time. I'm so sorry. It will never ever happen again. Anything for you." And he just sprints off on foot, heading northeast,
northbound,
on foot in the middle of the night to the Concilius tribe.
Really, in terms of main things that need to be done, it is the body and the brain or the heart. So the body, the heart. So the heart in the hells, but again, we're going to have to plane shift to get there. I'm saying that we stay in Azureth for a little while, or at least stay in the mortal plane for a little while.
Yeah.
Body and heart are the two main things. We do also have kind of side quests if we feel like the soul is at least safe for a little while before we attack that shit. But
I not only totally agree, I physically don't have another realm in me for at least a good couple of days.
I agree.
We went from a civil war into plane shifting into top 5 most depressing places in the known universe. I mean, we need a break.
Yeah,
I agree. Going back to Azureth, it sounds great. And I actually think we could kill a few birds with one stone. I think that we could go back very quickly, not even into Timberwatch, but back to the cave where we found Epison. We could just tell him about Agra for a start.
Yeah.
Do we think that's good? Because he might head straight for the hells if we do, and we probably want him heading for the hells. We head for the hells.
I mean, I'm sure we could liaise with him. I'm sure he's not that I mean, we fully intend to help for his wife. It would be advantageous to him to wait with us. But
why don't we tell him just before we go then?
Yeah, and pull the map of Azureth up, please. My thought process was that Timberwatch is, I mean, not that far away from Northspire as well. Now, I'm not saying... I actually am saying the complete opposite. I advocate very strongly that we go nowhere near, in a true capacity, to Antoine Platis. The guy is, for all intents and purposes, Emperor. I think there's a lot of things at play here.
Yeah.
We don't know if they know who we fully are, because the only guy who scried on us properly was Maleficum, and we just killed him. Yeah. So maybe they do know who we are. I think it's safer if we operate that they do know who we are, just for safety's sake.
Yeah.
I think if we go anywhere near him, we're getting ourselves into a world of trouble, especially in his backyard, like he's in his kingdom. So we could go on like a scout. I think my plan, just cut it all down, cut the bullshit, go to Timberwatch, speak to Epson quickly, either learn a bit of stuff and also tell him, swing by Northspire and do a reconnaissance scouting mission, but nothing more than that. Literally, do not push our luck, do not try and get involved in anything, don't go anywhere near him, because we will get murked.
I completely agree with you, but I think we should go to Epson on our way to the Hells. I think if we're going to go Northspire, then just go there first and then go to Epizar. Because also our tree thing only lets us do it once a day. So if we were to teleport to Timberwatch,
your tree thing isn't your tree thing.
Yeah, it was
Snow's.
Yeah, but I took it off him, didn't I?
I don't think no one said that they were asking for it for him, and it was always his thing anyway.
I'm sure that I had it from when we went down to Waterside. I know it was his thing, but he was going to give it to us, and then we kidnapped him. But I'm sure that I had it.
No, he even when you guys kidnapped him, he was never giving it to you.
Yeah, he was always the one that did it.
It's always been his.
Absolutely 100% certain we literally let him fade off into the literally nothing. And
we did, because I thought I'd stolen. I thought I had that tree thing from him.
Nope.
I'm looking forward to the wall. I'm looking forward to the wall.
We just need to.
We need a bit. Do you know what we need as well? Actually, in and amongst all of that, we need to get back to our roots, our team bonding.
Yeah, we need to go to some taverns. We need to fuck shit up.
It was rocky in there for a sec.
Yeah,
we were at a low point as a party. I must admit that winning that battle, huge for morale.
I like Gil just keeping a track of team morale like on a graph board.
What I was seeing from you three there we just won an unwinnable fight, and I am very proud of us. I'm very proud of what we did there. And it's put us back on the right path. But I think a bit of old school adventuring party travel.
I think we should definitely swing by Waterside. There's nothing bad going on there, right?
You can get some horses or something. Because you remember that there were that each tribe has their own teleportation circle. Yeah. So you can ask Sontar if you can use a teleportation circle and at least get to
the west side.
Closest forward part of the country. Probably Manti or Aridok, for example, depending on whether you want to enter from this end, this area, or this area.
Waterside has a college of mages, so they would probably have a set spell of sending.
Yeah, and how it is what Luke just said, viable in my mind. Would I be able to pick that up anywhere, or would?
Well, Waterside.
I mean, we are in
basically, so
we are in a country full of wizards. Could I pick it up literally in Praesidar?
Well, you probably don't know how. Scrolls wouldn't be as abundant in Zayif because most of them immediately get used up and get copied into spell books because everyone here's a fucking wizard. Whereas places like Azureth, who don't have as big a mage population, they're more likely to create these scrolls for people to buy for themselves. There's much more of a commerce vibe to Azureth. There may be some in Zayif, but you know that just from your experience, most people don't even bother writing stuff as spell scrolls. It just goes straight in their spell book.
Cool. Okay. Well then, yeah, that sounds good. Because sending will, for a start, I will be able to send messages to Thalen back here, or I'll even be able to send, hopefully, to Vilgefortz maybe, or I don't know how that works in terms of sending to corporeal beings, but I'm pretty sure you can, as long as I've met them. Anyway, yeah. Long story short, I need to be able to speak to people who are very fucking far away. Yeah.
Well, easy.
Yeah.
Waterside.
Easy. There are
also
a couple of bits that I want to pick up. So a general shopping.
Yeah, I need to up my jams now.
Yeah, I feel like maybe a butler suit for Zarlok now. The whole
we know a great butler, dude. You'll love him.
Personality change.
Oh, we do know a good butler. Yeah, he can.
He's awesome, man. He is so. Oh man, he's awesome.
Zarlok, how do you feel about that?
I like to be shirtless, I do.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. All right, should we get some sleep then, and in the morning talk to Ariadoc, I believe it is.
Yeah, we'll go there and then, yeah.
Good luck on your journeys. It was a pleasure to see you all, and hope to see you all again soon, especially you, Gildor. We will always need a Master of Mages here, but as I understand, you are off on your own adventures, which is completely fine. You step onto the.
Quickly before I step on, I'm going to cast Disguise Self on myself if we're going to Ariadoc, and I'm going to disguise myself as. Fuck it, I don't know.
Someone better looking.
I'm going to disguise myself as Cyrell for now.
That's
Cool.
crazy.
So you pop over to Ariadoc, and this is obviously the Paladin area, Paladin tribe, which is led by Ciara Minora, who was the mother of Phalar, hence probably why the fact that JAFF has disguised himself. And the area here, it's humble. There is like a big sandstone temple at its center, and then just some very small, very basic huts sort of dotted around. The journey from on foot to Azureth will probably take you a day, but you do know that Ariadoc is also where they raise and they rear ank eggs from a young age to adulthood and use them as mounts. So you could possibly inquire about using ank egg mount to sort of half the distance, and you'll get to Azureth by
end of day. Oh my god!
By end of day.
Yeah. I'm inquiring.
Yeah, we need some.
I'm inquiring, dude.
Well, you have to go to Ciara Minora.
Well, I will sit. Okay, just don't even worry about it. Cyrell, is that you? Or am I? Listen, I'll go do. I'll deal with it.
I'll stay at the back as Cyrell.
How many? Listen, I'll ask questions. I'm sure it'll be fine.
So you go and you find Ciara Minora, and this is the first time you've seen her since, and she is off at the back of the temple, and there's a small like garden area. It's really weird because everything here is sand, but there's an area that's sort of magically enchanted to have a small little garden, and it's beautiful. There are like cherry blossom trees, there are hanging vines, and these small little like shrubs with these like blooming like purple and pink flowers, and she is knelt off to the side, eyes closed, by a small. It's like a shrub bush full of these like white flowers. They look similar to lilies, but they're impossibly large. It's like, imagine the lily, but it's the size almost of like a person in each of the flowers. And she hasn't kind of approached you guys approaching yet. She's quietly off to herself speaking.
Oh, I don't really want to interrupt is the problem. I'll quietly approach, but I won't,
You start to approach, and she's slowly saying like a small little prayer to herself in Elvish, which, do you speak Elvish?
Do you know what? I do.
So you understand, you get the tail end of her prayer, and you notice, by the way, she's no longer wearing her armor or any of her religious symbols of Corellon. And the prayer is, you catch the tail end of it, and it's her saying, please guide Phalar in the afterlife, and please allow justice to be wrought upon those who deserve it.
Oh, fuck.
And she finishes up and she stands up and she sees you guys, and she sees you lot and immediately starts like peering around, trying to see if JAFF is anywhere.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm gonna start muttering to myself and like pulling on Zarlok and asking Zarlok questions, trying to imitate what Cyrell was like.
I'm gonna say make a deception check with advantage. You do a pretty good job of being an annoying elderly.
Hey Zarlok, why are you so big? Why are you so big, Zarlok? Why you get so big? How do I grow that big?
I'm gonna like just use the back of my hand and like flick, as I was gonna like flick away like a bug or something.
You get wrapped on the side of the head, and it's fairly painful. And she approaches you, Yeg, and says, "Good morning to you all. I wasn't expecting to see any of you guys in person. I didn't even realise you were still in the country."
Well, that's reasonable. We're actually on our way out of the country. It's been it's been nice, I suppose, in a way. We don't mean to bother you. We just want to inquire about getting a couple of Ankeg mounts so we can get to the border.
Make a persuasion check with advantage because you are with the Master of Mages, who does hold significant sway.
Oh, yeah. Your sugar daddy's here. Your sugar daddy's here.
She says, "We have some to spare. We lost a few during the attack on Mortuous, but anything for the Master of Mages."
Are they able to find their way back? Like,
yes, they'll be able to return.
That's so cool.
You may have to double up 2 on each because we don't have that many to spare, but they'll get you to the border by the afternoon, before nightfall at least.
Amazing. Should we?
said,
do you want to be compensated, or is that?
No, there's no need.
Oh, okay.
If you'd excuse me, I have things to do, and she hurriedly shuffles off, and one of her like sort of second in command sort of leads you to a small little stable area where these Ankegs are sort of tethered, and she sort of unhooks 2 of them from their tether and says, "Just point them in the right direction, and they'll be okay. They're pretty smart creatures. Just be careful and no sudden movements on their back. They can get a little bit skittish.
Oh, God,
so just
okay. Yeah.
She shows you how to mount one properly and how to hold the reins, and says, "Well, off you pop, guys." And
Sick.
gives one a little slap on the back, and they begin tearing off through the sand, kicking up sand as they sprint through the sand duned area up to the hills on the border between Azureth and Zahith.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And you make it to sort of the border. It's a small little hilly area that you've got to walk through. Nothing too strenuous to get through, but at this point the Ankegs are no more of any use. They aren't really built for this sort of hill terrain. So you dismount, and they turn off and head back towards the Aradok tribe, and you guys enter into the southern border of Azureth.
Crazy.
Oh God, it feels good to be back, baby.
It actually does. I feel safe here.
Yeah.
You guys are just heading straight as the crow flies to Waterside. It's only another.
Yeah.
You'll get there by the evening. The sun's
Yeah.
it's about 4:30 now. You probably get there at 7-8ish.
I think that's, but it'll give us somewhere to stay, and
Yeah.
we can kind of do a couple of menial tasks while we're there, and then form an actual kind of route as to where we're going to go and how we're going to go.
Cool. So you carry on journeying through the wilderness to Waterside. I'd say make a survival check. Whoever wants to lead on this, if anyone wants to give them advantage of action, they can. Just to make sure you don't get bogged down by any of the natural.
Who's got a good survival?
Yeah.
Not really me, but I can give a help. I can do it, but I can give a help action.
What is your little plus thing?
I'm -1.
I'm a 2. Then I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'll give you the help action.
So is this advantage then?
Yeah, with advantage.
Bah.
Yeah, you managed to, you just sort of realise that Waterside's on the coast. As long as you keep the sea to the right-hand side, you'll find it eventually. And, you take a couple of wrong turns here and there where you just sort of get confused by the terrain. But eventually, as the sun begins to set, you make it to the familiar city of Waterside.
Where it all began, baby.
Where it all began. You are entering from down here. This because you came from the south side.
Yeah.
So you are welcome to head wherever you wish to head.
We've kind of got to go by Drawfus, surely.
Oh,
yeah. I'll explain.
Well, go on. Sorry.
I'll just basically explain on our way into Zarlok that when me and Yeg first became boys, we ended up here, and there was a lovely man named Gregor Drawfus who we did some work for. Horrible situation. His wife died, and his son also died.
He's got one leg.
He's got one leg. His His butler's class, so he's class. He's
Alfred.
lovely.
Legend.
They're just they're brilliant people.
Yeah, they're a good combo as well. You know, it's like a good back and forth. You get a bit of both.
We can stay with him. There are some other bits to do here. Obviously, you've got. I would also be interested in doing a couple of bits here as well. So
I definitely also want to check in on Derek, see how he's getting on.
Yeah, we need to see Derek while we're here as well.
See if his insurance scam's still going.
So as it's coming up to like night time, most of the grey quarter's still vibey. You know, the Cloudtop district sort of shuts a little bit earlier. It's more of a daytime sort of artsy area. But if you want to head straight to Drawfus Estate, you can. If you'd like to go to the Grey Quarter for a drink, you also can.
Do we want to do the tavern tonight, or do we want to spend a whole day doing our menial things, then hitting up the evening of?
Well, it's already basically night now.
Well, you know, but the Grey Quarter's vibey.
Will be open. Yeah, the Grey Quarter, you know, is vibey. That was where the party was when you ended up getting your STD, JAFF.
Yeah.
When you first met BWA and Dr. Drenzel and all them guys.
Yeah.
Do we want to at least lay our roots at Drawfus Estate and then we...
How long would it take us realistically? Can we go Drawfus then also still go out before it's too late? Yeah, then absolutely.
It's 8 o'clock. The Grey Quarter is known to have... When the vibe is high, the Grey Quarter is known to go all night.
I love that.
We'll bring the
So
vibe.
what's the time now?
It's about 8 o'clock. You know, you're getting a bit hungry. You haven't really eaten today as well, so you probably could do with a spot of dinner.
Oh, that's some good scran. Yeah. Drawfus dinner always had good scran.
Do you reckon there would be any shops open right now?
Yeah, Tesco will be open, yeah.
Very few. It depends what sort of thing you were going for. There's a lot of so the Waterside Market is probably closing for that. That's more like fresh produce and like trinkets. The Grand Bazaar might still be open. It's coming close to the end of the night, but it still might be open a little bit.
Right, I want to go to the Grand Bazaar, so I'm going to split off from the guys and then just say, like, I'm going here. Tell me where you're going to be and I'll meet you there.
The big fuck off estate.
The big estate.
In the agricultural
to the west of the
district.
city,
Yeah.
I don't know this guy, and
You actually have very briefly met him. Very
really?
briefly. Just because he was used as a leader of one of the guerrilla groups that fought in the Battle of Bloodstone Square in Emberfield.
Okay, yeah.
So you very, very briefly met him, but you don't really know. You don't know him like YEGOR and Triple J.
Yeah, we went and got him for the Battle of Emberfield, didn't we? I forgot about that.
Holy shit.
He led a small group during the ambush.
God, he's a war hero.
Yep.
I am going to turn Zarlok and say, would you like company, Master Greathorn?
Yes. Come with me now.
I am... You two can go and talk to Mr. Drawfus. I'm going to make sure Zarlok doesn't kill anyone.
Perfect.
Quickly before they go, I'll slap my hand on Triple G's shoulder and just be like, stay safe, give me a message if anything happens, and I'll give him a bardic inspo.
I love
Can I do the same to Zarlok, but it's like I'm scared to touch him. I'm like, there you go, Jesus.
All right, Triple G, you have a D6. Zarlok, you have a D8. Just so you're aware.
I'm better than you, Jeff. But, yeah.
I've got the Make-A-Wish bardic inspiration sorted.
So you guys are split off. We'll start off with Zarlok and Gildor as they head to the Grand Bazaar.
Hey, this is nice, isn't
So
it?
the Grand Bazaar, it's very Middle Eastern souk inspired. It doesn't give off that vibe in terms of it's still very.
Westfields.
Yeah, there's like. You're actually kind of correct because this area here is like an enclosed market hall, and there's. This area here is like an enclosed little market hall, and there's these small little stalls that are sort of built into the walls. It's like multi-layered, multi-floored, and there are people peddling their wares everywhere. This sort of thing are more like traveling traders that sort of set up. They set up a shop here for a while, and they head off to the next town or the next city and peddle their wares there. What are you sort of looking for in particular? Or are you just kind of looking at the vibe?
A clothing shop.
Are you looking for more fine clothing or just anything? Like, as in just like your standard like boots and tops and
Fine clothing.
Fine clothing. So
Hey, that's my boy.
you walk through the main Grand Bazaar, this big sort of like multi-story souk of little shops, and as you walk through, you see a small little. It's like sort of built into the side of the wall. It's called McGinley's Fineries, and there's a short little halfling man sort of sat at a counter, and all around him are just fabrics. There are nightgowns, there are like smoking jackets, there are full three-piece suits, there are like beautiful ball gowns for women, there are like these Wathan rocks and these tuxedos and stuff. There is everything you could possibly imagine, all in different colours. And he's a small little halfling, old man, spectacled, like wispy white hair. And as you walk in, he says, good evening, fellows. Good evening, fellows. I was about to shut up shop, but what can I do you for?
Hello there, little boy. I would like a tuxedo, but I don't need the top or the shirt or the blazer or the overshirt. So, could you just make me your finest pair of suit trousers, please?
Just the trousers? I can indeed. Would you like a bow tie as well, or no bow tie?
Oh, fuck it. Put it in.
No worries. Let me just get your measurements. I can. I was gonna have an early night tonight, but if you want me to expedite it, I can have it ready for tomorrow in the afternoon.
I'm gonna turn around and look at Lou and go, be like, are we gonna be here? Like,
I mean, yes, I will make sure that we are here. Thank you so much, sir. You will not be disappointed by how this man flaunts your wares in the future.
Okay, and he pulls out like a measuring tape, and he looks as he walks over to Zarlok. He realizes that his wingspan will not be long enough to measure Zarlok's leg and go around his body. So he says, "This is rather unprofessional, but my assistant has gone home for the day. Could you just?" And he points to you, Gilder. Could you just hold the top of the measuring tape so I can get his full length? And I'll use the come closer and just will hold it in place. And he begins to measure his leg, his inside leg. He gets rather close to your groin area at points as he's doing like the inside leg. And he spends a few minutes sort of getting your measurements and going for the waist, the inside leg, the length. He says, "Are you going for like the kids nowadays think it's quite fashion to have like a shorter tuxedo and show off a little bit of ankle? Or are you going more traditional? Do you want it covering the foot? Like how long are we going for here?"
I'm going for the athletic look. I want some ankles showing, please, sir.
Are we going for a slim fit, or are we going slightly more baggy and exposed? How we?
Slightly more baggy, just because there's going to be a lot of movement in these.
No worries. He makes the measurements. Perfect. I have the measurements noted down. I'll begin work immediately. I reckon about midday, 1 o'clock-ish tomorrow. This will be all ready for you to collect. It will cost 20 gold, if that's okay.
Amazing, good sir. I'll pay you right now.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. He takes the gold from you, so mark that off your character sheet. He says, toodaloo.
Ta-da!
As we leave, I want to say, Zarlok, I don't want to be patronising, but I am so proud of you. You're a high-flying member of society now. You can interact with regular people. I'm proud of you.
You keep saying I'm talking differently, so I might as well go along with it now, shan't I?
Honestly, just be you, buddy. We love you. What can I say? I'm going to punch him in the arm. This is nice. Look
Touch
at
me
us.
like that again.
Look at us. I'm going to totally ignore him. Look at us. Just two fucking guys hanging out. Okay. Your suit is pending little man making it. I would love to do a bit of spell shopping if you wouldn't mind accompanying me. before we go in, please don't touch anything that you shouldn't. Just don't touch anything. How about that? Or ask me and I'll tell you.
So you're looking for like a magic shop of times.
Any kind of shop that looks like it's going to sell me a scroll of sending.
This is going to be like this is going to be like when I go into a shop with Scarlet with smelling candles and I try and find a seat. And I sit on the corner of like one of the tables and Scarlet walks up to me every 5 seconds. Does this one smell alright?
Oh, 1 sec. So you head over, you walk around for a little while and you see a place called Fizzbang's Oddities and Rarities, and you see a small gnomish man dressed in a very like eccentrically coloured. It's a very eccentrically coloured sort of robe. It's got like flashes of orange and yellow and green and cyan. It's like very multicoloured, and you can't really tell how old he is because he's a gnome, and he seems like got a very young face, but he has very old timey kind of hair, like sort of a bald spot in the middle. And he says, gentlemen, please enter. How may I help you?
Hello, good sir. How are you? Lovely shop. Love what you've done with the place. How are you, sir?
I am absolutely wonderful. Business is booming. It is amazing to be here, and I am loving my time here in Waterside. I'm not really from here. I sort of set up shop here for a place for a while, and then move on to the next town. But I've been so well looked after here. I don't see myself leaving anytime soon.
That's fantastic, mate. Honestly, what a time to be a wizard, eh? Fucking spellcasters everywhere, you know, good and bad, eh? Look, let me just be frank with you. I'm here with my, bodyguard, my associate.
Evening.
Don't want to, a bodyguard. You might be thinking bit weird. Master of Mages. Don't want to make it awkward or anything.
He seems to not really have any understanding of what that was. He doesn't really get Master of Mages, so he just.
I'm gonna lean forward.
He politely laughs.
I'm gonna lean forward and say clap, but trying to intimidate him.
Make an intimidation check. I'll say also, if you want, rather than making it with strength, rather than making it with charisma, you can make it a strength check. If that is a better thingy for you, because you can just use your strength as your things. It'd be strength plus proficiency. So I think, yes, that's completely fine because that is strength plus proficiency. Plus 7 is what you'd add to it anyways. That's perfect. So as you sort of lean over, and he's tiny, by the way, he comes up like just to your knee, pretty much in height. And you say clap, and he immediately, not only does he clap, he casts Mage Hand to also clap with him, and it's like a 3-way clap of his 2 hands and the Mage Hand all clapping together. I'm amazing. It's amazing to be in such amazing company. Like I am, like Master of Mages. Wow. Like, can we get a photo for my wall? And he like conjures up like a sort of like a magical like orb, and it like flashes, and he's like posed next to you, and then it creates like this
I take my
time.
I take my trench coat off and hold it like I've just signed for a new club next to him.
the orb flashes and a bit of paint, and then just like closes a piece of parchment, and it has like almost a photograph of you guys. And he says, "I'm gonna get that framed and put it up on the side of the shop." Yes. So, how can I help you, Master of Mages?
I'd like a scroll of sending, please, sir.
Certainly. Let me just go through my scrolls, make sure I have one, but I think I do. And he goes off to like a box where he has just like these rolled up scrolls. And he goes, a scroll of Hallow.
Oh, and while you're back there, good fellow, any of your finer stuff, I wouldn't mind having a look at as well. And I give him a sort of cheeky wink.
Is there like just like potions, like just chilling around like on the sides and shit?
Nothing like directly. Everything is sort of behind him. For him, because he knows that a magical shop, the stuff in here is rather expensive, so he has it sort of behind him.
Do you reckon while he's like looking in a box, I could like lean forward and pocket something?
You can make a sleight of hand check. You are very welcome to do so. And I'll even say because he's away with the fairies, might be doing other stuff. It will be with advantage. So sleight of hand with advantage. You managed to snag a potion. You don't know what potion it is. It's like the liquid inside is like yellow with these specks of almost like an iron, like, you know how you got like that sort of iron sand they use like with magnets and stuff. It's kind of like that, but more shiny. It's sort of like floating within this yellow liquid. So you can mark down in your inventory one mystery potion in there. You don't know whether it's good, bad, whether it's something that you should drink now in a fight when you're trying to convince someone. You haven't got a clue what it does, but you have a potion.
Okay.
And as you sort of come back, you knock over something else. It's like there's like a little case with there's like a wand in there and some rings, and you accidentally knock it over. And the guy says, "Oh, please be careful. Those things are rather delicate." And he rewrites up his case, but seemingly has no idea that you've stolen from him yet.
Right.
He says, I have found a scroll of sending. That will cost you 250 gold.
How much? No, I'm joking. That's absolutely fine, mate. That's...
You say you wanted something a bit more of the better stuff. I mean, do you have a budget in mind? Because I do have some rather interesting items, but they are quite expensive.
Listen. Pull the stuff out and we can negotiate. Listen, don't worry about the price. Price is nothing. Price is but a number. Let me see your goods, sir.
So he pulls out a beautiful cloak. It's shimmering. It has like a silver trim around the outside, and then the actual color of the cloak is like a deep purpley, like obsidian kind of color. It says, I have a cloak of invisibility that will cost you 800 gold. I had to procure this all the way from Ilaris. It was difficult to get, but I do know it is. I had someone in mind who wanted it, but we'll always happy to let it go if someone comes in for the right price.
How much was it?
800 gold for and that's actually, that's to be fairly not cheap, but it is not much of a markup on it. I'd say make an insight check, as you both of you can do that if you want.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that with advantage.
Roll it again for me. Hearing that price, you come to one of two conclusions. Either it's not actually as powerful as he makes it out to be, or he didn't get it through legal channels and he's just trying to move it on rather quickly. You're not sure which one it is. If you'd roll maybe a 20 or higher, you could have worked it out. But that price leads you to believe it's one of two reasons as to why he's selling it for that price.
I'm going to put my hand on a Triple G. And I'm going to say, I'm going to lean forward.
Remember.
I'm going to, yeah.
Bardic, yes, great shout.
I'm going to lean forward and say, sorry, I am his bodyguard, but I'm also his financial advisor as well. 1 second, sir.
Yeah, that's true.
Should I drag him across the desk and get out of him what this cloak is?
Honestly, I love your enthusiasm and your willingness to see me succeed, and I love you for that. We have been here maybe 11 minutes. I don't want to be arrested, you know.
Yes, but if I scare him enough, he won't be arrested. We won't get arrested. And also, the little man JAFF, if we kill this person, JAFF can, when they come looking for him, turn into this little freak. So...
love your plan. There's a lot of if, buts, and maybes in there. How about this? I'm going to try something. If it doesn't work, we go with your plan. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We sort of like go to sort of like high five. Like I go for a spud and Zarlok goes for a high five, and I'm like, well, we'll work on that later. Fuck it. Can I add my bardic inspiration to that 19 roll, please?
Yeah, I'll let you do it now.
Thank you. It's a D6, yeah.
Who did you get yours from? Did you get yours from JAFF or YEG?
I got mine from Young JPJ. It's a D6.
It's a D6 for JAFF, yeah.
It doesn't matter anyway.
23. I say with your insight and your arcane prowess, you know that this actually is a cloak of invisibility. It does do what it says on the tin, which leads you to believe that he must have got this through ill-gotten means.
I am going to, after sort of...
I was actually, knowing that, make a history check for me, seeing as he did say he got it from Ilaris, so we'll see what you can remember about Ilaris that might help inform you.
That's fucking huge. That's what it is.
26. So, you know Ilaris to be, it's a beautiful, beautiful area, first and foremost. Like, it has some of the most stunning vistas in all of the land. It's like a gorgeous, gorgeous place, and it is inhabited by a whole host of people. It's by far the most diverse place in all of Egros. And you know that the capital is Sarandul, also known as the City of a Thousand Lanterns. And you also know that Ilaris is, especially Sarandul, but Ilaris as a whole, is a place where people come to power through basically having bigger bollocks than everyone else. It's a city of high risk, high reward. You know, it's a very heavily policed area, but also an extremely heavily high area in crime. And for him to say that he got this from Ilaris means he probably went through illegal means to get it, which, if that was to become public knowledge, he could very much lose his trading license for at least Waterside, if not all of Azureth, if not all of the continent.
I'm going to turn back to the shopkeeper, and I'm going to say, I have just had a few words with my financial advisor, and we've come to the conclusion that you are going to give me the cloak for free, and that believe it was a great deal. And I'm going to cast suggestion on him. And I'm going to give him my 12 portent roll.
It's so annoying because if you had, he as a gnome, we actually have advantage on saves against all of his charm effects, but he's been given that 12. He's been given that 12. So he says, well, of course, I mean, you know, I only got this for 10 gold anyway. I have a contact in Sarandul.
Is that true?
Yeah, I've got a contact in the Crimson Vale.
You cheeky cunt.
And he says, yeah, I've got a contact in the Crimson Vale. He's not the best of blokes, but yeah, sure. You know what, Master of Mages and all, we've got your photo on the wall. You can have it for free, and he just passes you this cloak of invisibility.
Immediately pull the photo off the wall, knowing that he's going to realise I've robbed this guy in a
That's me to impress the customers. You can't take that away from me.
Listen, the pleasure, honestly, I need to remember this day. I need to remember seeing you. This coat is actually not for me. It's getting buried with my dead dad. I don't want to talk about it. I will start crying. It's been an absolute pleasure. And remember, you're welcome. And I wink and immediately walk out the shop.
He sort of sits there in like just complete gobsmacked vibes. And as you walk out, about 15, maybe 20 seconds later, you see him say, "Where did I put that potion? oh, this is, you know what? I need to shut up shop for the night. This has been too long a day. And he comes out and he starts pulling down the rafters and starts packing away his things, but hasn't clocked on to that what's happened just yet. He may later on, but at the moment you guys are okay. So are you guys done from the Grand Bazaar and heading over to the estate now, or is there anything else you want to do before you head off?
I'm
happy,
on Zarlok's shoulders. Did you fucking?
That was insane, mate. I can't believe we just done that.
Right. I am actually. You go back to the Drawfus Estate. I'm going to go and pay my respects very quickly at Ravenwood Academy, and I will. I'll meet back at the Drawfus Estate. Just tell the boys I'll be back soon, and I'm going to slip off in the direction, not of the Ravenwood Academy, but of the Temple of Umberley.
So you guys split off. We're going to go back now to JPJ. And...
Right, I am going to go for a quick piss.
No worries. So we're back with Jaff and Yeg.
Yeg, I can't believe we're about to see Gregor again!
Are you still disguised as Cyrella, or have you dropped that?
Oh no, that only lasts an hour, so
okay, okay, cool.
I'm far gone from that.
Far gone. Cool. So you guys pop through to the Drawfus Estate, and much like when you last appeared, it's now bustling. There are lots of people around because now you remember that Drawfus has started a small little adventuring academy.
Yes.
And he's filled all of the spare rooms in his estate with aspiring adventurers. And
is the front door like just open then? There's
it's
like
just
people
open.
coming in and out.
There's a couple of people that aren't training sort of stand watch. So as you sort of approach the front door, one, he's like quite an attractive, like sort of, he's got like blonde sort of middle party, very Jamie Lannister kind of vibes. He's got a spear in his hand. He says, halt, state your business. And sort of stands there, not threatening, but with sort of an air of authority.
I'll just start shouting, Alfred!
There's a little balcony above the sort of the main gate that you see. He comes out in a full three-piece tuxedo, extremely well dressed man, and he says, "Ha, Master Jaff, Master Frostgale, it is an absolute pleasure to see you. Please, let him in." And he points to the blonde guy, and he says, "Okay, please enter." And as you walk through to the sort of courtyard area in the middle, there are a few adventurers that are sort of finishing off doing some drills. But most of the people are heading off to the big dining room area, as you can smell the wafting scent of a freshly cooked feast being made for all of the adventurers. And Alfred comes down to meet you in the courtyard and says, "So, gentlemen, how may I help you? I'm assuming you want to see Gregor. I think he's sitting down to sup right now. Shall I accompany you to the dining area?"
Wait, Alfred, you got something on your shirt there. And I point to his shirt.
He looks down.
I'm gonna flick him up in the nose. Got ya!
Hang on, let me roll something real quick. GM roll so you can't see. Okay, no, he rolled a 2. He moves with like extremely good reflexes for an older man, but you do so much to like flick him on the edge of the nose, and he says, "Aha, you are always one to jest, Master Jaff. Master, you are a funny one. Just be careful next time." And he leads you over into the dining hall, and you see everyone's. It's very like Viking mead hall vibes, like these small, like lots of little circular tables in an upper sort of area where Gregor's sitting with a few others. And as you guys all walk in, he says, "Ah, Jaff, Yeg, welcome back. Please come sit at the table. Alfred, bring them some mead, bring them some food, place and you see like sat in the middle of this big banqueting table is a full-on turducken. It is a turkey stuffed with a chicken.
The turducken!
Yeah. There are like goose fat potatoes, there are like piles of vegetables, like big beer barrels and mead barrels and wine barrels that are just constantly emptying. You can tell it's like they had a long day of adventuring practice, and it is like, we're all going to let loose tonight. There's jovial, there's actually a small there's actually someone that I wonder if you recognise, you probably don't, but you have seen this person before, is a red-skinned dragonborn female who was singing actually with BWA in Emberfield
Oh
during
my
the
God.
during the Ivy Court stuff. And she's there just sort of, she's got a flute and she's playing some music and she's like playing some flute and she's singing a little bit just off to the side. Everyone's sort of having just a bit of background music. And
as we walk in, I'm gonna run over to where Gregor is, and I'm gonna give him like a little punch on the arm and be like, "How you doing, Stumpy?" And then immediately run back to the other side of the room.
He lobs. He's got like a chicken leg in his hand that he was like 2/3 of the way in. He just lobs the bone at you, laughing. And he says, "Old habits die hard." You know what? It's actually rather fortuitous that you guys have turned up because I actually I got a letter about you guys not so long ago. But please come eat. Let's catch up and we'll deal with the business later.
No fucking way. Let's eat and then let's talk about whatever the fuck this is. How are you doing? You alright?
Honestly, never better. This adventure school is by far the best thing I've ever done. I am really, really happy that this is a
That
thing
brings
that I
me
chose
such
to do.
joy.
Yeah.
You know what, Gregor? Nothing makes me happier than to hear that you are happy. You deserve it more than anyone.
And listen, we've got good funding from the Citadel. You know they realise that the town guard are a bit shit, and you know they already got their eyes on a few of my star students to replace some of the captains of the guard already. But a lot of them want to go out on their own and do their own things. You know, there's so much adventure to be had.
Naturally.
Yeah, as you
That's
guys
lovely.
know. I mean, what have you guys been up to? You guys have been last. I mean, what? How can you top what you already did? You toppled a government and brought around a revolution.
It's been heavy. It's been heavy for sure.
The only way to go above that is probably like, I don't know, go to the Shadowfell or something. I don't know.
Just break down in tears.
Funnily,
No. That's exactly what happened, Drawfus.
Jesus, you guys are fucked in the head.
I'm going to tell him everything we've done. And with excitement, I'm going to explain to him
I'm like
all of the
interrupting,
different
but we're
things
talking over each other, but
we're like chatting over the top of each other.
We're building a really vivid picture of what it was.
You mentioned about how you battled with wraiths in the Shadowfell. Oh, wraiths, they are the worst. You know,
They
when
are
they go
so
incorporeal,
chill.
when they move through stuff, like what the hell are you meant to do, man? Like it's so fucking OP, isn't it? Like how are you meant to do with that?
Nerf wraiths. I've been saying nerf wraiths.
Honestly, but you know, I know me and you, we're made of harder stuff. We'll get there in the end, won't we? Always. And he exchanges some other stories of his adventures, and you have a nice little time as you drink and you eat. And at this point as well, I reckon Zarlok, you've made it back, and GILDOR, you've got to the temple. So we're going to quickly flick back to GILDOR, and then we'll come back to Drawfus Estate just after in a second. So GILDOR, right. You've made it to the Temple of Umberlee. And you haven't been here before, so the part of the YEGOR and JAFF have been here once. They came here to ask the
we still have the picture.
The high priest. I don't think I do. The high priestess of the temple, if they could. Basically, she communicated with some sea creatures to try and find the underwater Temple of Helm. But as you approach, it's a very beautiful and ornate temple. It's made of this blue, prismarine, columns of stone. It's quite late night, so there's not too many people here. A few sailors are here paying their respects, asking for safe passage across the water. What are you trying to do whilst you're here?
I think that ever since the Shadowfell, Triple G has, the more things are unfolding, the bigger plans and the bigger, the bigger quests and all of these really important world-shattering events are happening. The sort of responsibility of looking after his friends, being the Master of Mages, all of these things are definitely at the forefront of his mind, but that voice at the back of his head that was always about sort of this discovery and almost now tapping into a point of hubris, I'm not chained to my country anymore. I'm not chained to my village. I am on a quest of sheer knowledge, whether that be about things or even about the limitations of magic and power and stuff. And ever since we met that Scarecrow guy, I can't get Triple G can't get him out of his head. Like, even casting message on him and feeling that we've seen now 2 different people mutilate magic in a way by using primordial energy and sort of like bastardizing it. This fucking guy was top 3 most powerful people we've ever seen off of aura alone. Like, the part of Triple G that just can't give up the curiosity of wanting to know more about that has dragged him to the Temple of Umberlee, remembering that this guy gave up Charles' trident for a memory of Umberlee's champion. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. It was a spear, not a trident, but close enough.
He fully recognises that this is somewhat of a roundabout way to do this. Like, it's a long reach, but it's all he's got. And whilst, like I said, touching back into that like hubris, maybe even a little bit of like, not shame about it, but it's not benefiting the great sort of heroic narrative of we've got to save the world. Like, this is a selfish thing that Triple G wants to do. He wants to learn more about someone that won't benefit, you know, protecting the box or getting the dragon heart or body. Like, just want to fucking know who this powerful guy is.
So, as you enter, you notice that it's fairly empty, the temple, but there is a small group of female. You can tell that they're definitely religious followers of Umberlee. They're wearing these like very long, like white and blue gowns. They sort of flow. They almost look like waves crashing because the bottom of the gown is like starting to like whiten, almost like a sea foam, and then it sort of goes gradient up from like an azure to like a deeper blue. And they're all sort of congregated around the edge of the temple, sort of looking out into the water. You also notice a statue off to the side, which you assume is of Umberlee. It's sort of like, she doesn't look like, she's beautiful, but it's almost like scarily beautiful, like a Medusa kind of beautiful. There's like definite intensity behind the eyes. Her hair is like sort of splayed backwards in like these tendrils, almost like snake-like, the way it sort of like comes out and away from her head. And she's holding a big trident in her hand as at the temple, in her statue. And yeah, you also see the clerics of Umberlee sort of a bit further off in the distance.
I'm going to go up to the nearest. Are they all females in here, or is there some?
All females.
I'm going to go up to the nearest girl and say, good evening, madam. I'm very sorry to call at such a late hour, but
she cuts you off and says, any donations to the Bitch Queen at Umberlee, please place in the box if you are looking for safe passage across the seas.
Oh, pardon me, of course. And I flick a gold coin into the pot and say, Is there a leader of your cleric house that I could speak to? I have an urgent matter that needs addressing.
Yes, Mother Lorcan is that way. And she points to like the cleric sort of standing at the head of the circle. She's got like a gold trim around her like sort of gown, where everyone's sort of more trimmed in whites and silvers. She's rather busy, but I mean, feel free. And she sort of walks away very dismissively, almost like you've given your blessing. Now I'm sort of had enough of you.
I'm straight over to Mother Lorcan. Mother, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm sorry to call upon the temple at such a late hour, but I have some important matters to discuss with you if you're free, of course, and I think they might be best done in private.
Make it quick. And she sort of walks off, sort of down. There's like a little pier heading out towards where the lighthouse is, and she walks off to the edge of the pier and sort of waits for you to follow, clearly impatient and being like, what's the guy want?
I am going to say to her, look, I appreciate that I called upon you at such a late hour and give you pieces of a whole truth isn't fair, but there are dark goings on in the world at the moment, and some things pertaining Umberlee, and more specifically her champion, have come to light recently. I am part of a group trying to protect this world, and I think the more information I have, the more that will help me in doing so. So I apologise for not being able to tell you everything. I promise it is in the best interests to the temple, to Umberlee herself, if we could try and cooperate as best as you can.
You see that the prospect of knowledge about Umberlee and her champion, her demeanor warms slightly. She's still not completely welcoming, but she's definitely willing to hear you out. And she says, "Well, out with it then."
You can. I don't know whether you can clearly tell or not, but the party I travel with are powerful. But we have a level of power which has led us to many places and to interact with many powerful people. I witnessed someone give up something unbelievably powerful for a memory of what's her name, Jan?
Lysandra Tideborn.
I watched someone give up something that I would lessen to even call priceless for a memory of Lysandra Tideborn. What do you know as a cleric of Umberlee? What information that might not be available to the public should I have to know about this woman?
Before answering your question, she says to you, "What did the memory pertain to?"
I don't know for certain, but can I make an insight check on the basis of, if I tell her that this memory was equal to the Trident of Shah, the Spear of Shah, excuse me, is that information that I could trust her with?
Make an insight check. I'll say on that, make a religion check as well.
You shouldn't have gone off and done this on your own, Triple G.
So with the insight, you can tell that this woman is standoffish and rude and is definitely self-centered. However, you don't think that on your 14 religion, you know that there's no real, there's no conflict of interest between Umberlee and Shah. So having knowledge of that, one of her relics was traded for this doesn't make you to believe this is going to be a plot against Umberlee in any way, or this weapon's going to be used against Umberlee in any way. So you don't think it's going to be too worrying for her, but you can tell she's very interested in the memory and what it could pertain to.
I can't tell you exactly what the memory itself pertained to. That information was hidden to us, but it was wagered to be equivalent to Shah's spear.
She hums to herself for a second and looks out to the water and just sort of closes her eyes, and you see that the waves at the end of the pier start to get calmer as she sort of starts to meditate and think for a while. And says, "Well, if the weapon of a god's champion was traded for this memory, it could only really pertain to one thing." And she ends the statement there.
I stare at her and let the silence hang. And I am stone-faced set, looking at her.
She lets the silence stand. She's not looking at you. She's just looking out to the water at this point. She's not really acknowledging that you're still there, wanting more information.
I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts on her.
Okay. Her surface thoughts, because that's what you get automatically, isn't it?
Yeah.
Her surface thoughts relate to Umberlee's champions, to Lysandra Tyborn's, her final memories and how she died. If you want to dig deeper, you can.
She's got to make a saving throw against my DC, is that right?
I believe so. Wisdom saving throw. But you didn't fucking wish you wasted this spell on the fucking thing now.
The fucking cloak of invisibility.
Now, as a cleric, she would have a
high as fuck wisdom.
Higher wisdom, so she's going to get a +6 to her saving throw, so she's got to roll a 10 or higher. So I'll roll in front of the board or on top of the table so you can all see. So 10 or higher.
Well, are you definitely digging deeper?
I really respect this, to be honest.
You should have done this with us, for fuck's sake.
I'm in character. That's what Triple G would do. I want to ask something. This might. You can tell me that this is not fair to ask in this situation. Would I know if this fails that this is going to ruin our time here? Like, would they try and kill me for doing this?
Make a religion check.
Actually, no, fuck that. I'm going to do it. I've told her this is literally world, levels of important, and she's hiding stuff from me. I'm doing it.
You're probing deeper, yeah? So you're
on
10 or higher, she says.
Yeah.
So
I'm in there.
You probe deeper, and she recalls what it is said happened to Lysandra Highborn in her final moments. And she's thinking about the bargain that Lysandra made with Umberlee. It said that she bargained her soul to the Sea Witch, okay, Umberlee, and in return was given a ship known as the Maiden's Tempest, which could sail beneath the waves and had the ability to command the storms, control the weather, and it was said that whoever captained this ship would, in this essence, control the seas and would absolutely dominate all nautical warfare. Like, you could have that one ship up against an army of boats and that ship would prevail. And the fact that it sank, and that is how Lysandra Tyborn died, means that whatever destroyed it, or at least caused it to sink and be lost forever, had to be immensely powerful. And this memory could shed some light onto what that thing was.
Holy shit. Is she aware that I have just done this? She's not, is she?
No, because she failed a save, so I believe she doesn't know. No, I'll just double check. Oh no, either way, the target does know that you're probing into his mind, but it can make an intelligence check, so it needs to make 2 contested intelligence checks. Now, she only gets a +1 to her intelligence checks, so you make your intelligence check.
These are contested intelligence checks.
Contested, yeah. She gets a +1, so you need to be at 13 with your intelligence check. Cool. She has no idea that you probe deeper. You now either can continue in her mind, or you can get out, and then she won't try and check again.
I am gonna audibly sigh and say, it's very unfortunate that you couldn't help me. Thank you for seeing me at this hour anyway, and if any new information comes to light, then I'm here for a few days more, and I'm gonna flick my coat in the opposite direction and walk back to the Drawfus Estate as quickly as possible.
Okay. So you head off. We're now back at the Drawfus Estate. Zarlok, you have walked in, and Zarlok, actually, before you walked in, because you've never met anyone from here, you weren't here for the Battle of Ivy Court, the same blonde curtain sort of pretty boy with the spear tries to stop you from coming in. How do you react to that?
Oh God.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What? Can I first of all get a when he tries to stop me from coming in? How does he try to stop me from coming in?
So, I think his attitude to you is slightly different because you are an extremely threatening figure. So, he stands in the center of the doorway and sort of holds his spear out, like in a defensive stance, but almost like a don't come any further stance, and says, "State your business."
Out the way, being human. And I'm gonna step like close enough to be able to like be in spear distance, and just with my index finger try and poke the spear like to the right, so that I can like try and slip past.
Make an intimidation check again if you want. Just make a strength save because you can use your strength for this instead, and it's the same bonus. So you make a strength save, and you'll calculate it the same way. As you walk closer, you go to like push it out of the way with your index finger, and he sort of rights himself and says, "I said, state your business."
Well then.
My friends have just arrived here. If you don't get the fuck out of the way in less than 0.5 fucking milliseconds, and I can't even fucking count to 10, I will end your fuck.
He says, "I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Be gone." And he stands there holding the spear. He's shaking a little bit, but he's still standing there. He hasn't attacked you or anything yet, but he's still standing there.
I can tell that he's scared because he's shaking, and I'm just gonna shout really loudly to try and scare him. To go.
Make another of them strength saves as an intimidation check for me.
Oh,
Dude.
Yeah.
He's going to attack you with his spear. He gets a +5 to hit, so does... Oh, holy crits!
oh my
Oh
god!
shit!
Boy, this geezer's on smoke.
So he lunges forward and stabs you for... it's going to be 2 plus 3, so for 10 points of damage as he shoves the spear like into your shoulder. He says, "I said back off! Don't make me call for help."
Did you guys hear Zarlok growl just then? I swear.
I was going to say, would we have heard?
Surely
the scream?
now we've heard a little commotion.
I don't think so. You're in like a fairly packed,
true,
like
true.
Yeah,
with
true.
music going on. Everyone's drinking and vibing. You're in deep conversation. You're eating your turducken. I don't think that roar would have made it across the courtyard into the and not been drowned out.
In my head at the moment, I've cast minor YEGOR fights against this minor illusion in the room.
You broke up again. I actually didn't hear what you cast. I'm sorry.
I've cast minor illusion, and me and Yeg are reenacting some fights from our stories on this minor
I'm like
illusion.
miming Zarlok squishing a dude's head. I know, it's fucking so fucking
I'm
crazy.
gonna pull out Stormcleaver, but I'm not gonna hit him. I'm trying to hit his sword, like his spear out of his hand.
All right. Roll an attack roll with Stormcleaver. I'm gonna say the DC to hit.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You
What if Zarlok dies to a random fucking 2 minutes?
Big ups to the Drawfus
Turns out this
Estate.
guy's got the fucking #1 compass. You don't even fucking know.
Things
You
beeping
go
like
to
crazy.
pull out Stormcleaver, and because he stabbed you in your like sort of like right like shoulder chest area, you go to pull out Stormcleaver. You pull it out, and your like hand like sort of like as you pull it out, the tip of the blade gets sort of stuck on the scabbard, and it clatters out of your hands by your feet, and you stand there like, whoops.
So, because this is combat now.
We don't usually roll an initiative because it's like 1 by 1. So I'm happy to like action to action. I'm happy to do something.
I'm going to a rage.
Yeah, you go to a rage.
Jesus.
Oh
Right, I'm
my
gonna go into
god!
a rage.
What the fuck is going on right now?
Well, bruv, he's just stabbed Zarlok in the chest and made him
This
drop
is gonna
his
be
fucking,
one hell of
made
a
him drop
tragic funeral.
Stormcleaver.
You go into a rage.
So wait, so Stormcleaver's currently on the floor.
Yeah.
Can I just pick it up?
You can pick it up and that'll end your turn, or if you want to like make any unarmed attacks or grapples or stuff, you can do that with your attacks. You either pick up Stormcleaver and end your turn there.
Again, I'm just gonna fucking try and spunk his thing out of his what's it called, spear out of his hand with a punch.
A contested strength check.
Oh.
So make a strength check for me, not a save, a check.
Right. Oh my god!
my god!
What is Zarlok doing? What is Zarlok doing?
Oh my god!
What is Zarlok doing?
You go to try and like punch the spear out of
The
his
thing
hand.
is, right, Zarlok's too nice here. Zarlok's being way.
Yeah, man, he's being well nice.
At this point, you come to try and punch it out of his hands. He's just slowly evaded it, and he calls out for backup. And as when backup arrives, if two more soldiers come through, one's got a bow and one's got like two one-handed axes. And as they come out, Triple G, you make your way up from the Temple of Umberlee, and you see Zarlok is outside, about to be attacked by these three individuals.
I conjure up a fireball in my hand and say, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, go on, Gil.
Jesus Christ, I don't even think I've done that as this character. Oh
I
my
love the
god.
way me and Jaeger just dancing around in the dining room.
They see the magical power, and you can tell that these guys are still like fairly novice adventurers. So they're used to like, fighting with their swords or their shields or whatever weapons they have, and they're used to like fighting against, other warriors. But seeing someone wield arcane power scares them a little bit. And they stand down for a second. They say, "Are you with this monster?" And they point their spear over to Zarlok.
Yes, I am with this monster. I'm also with Jean-Pierre JAFF and YEGOR Frostgale. They're inside. Go and fucking get them.
The spear guy points to the guy with the double hand axes and says, Go and speak to Gregor and see if these guys are allowed in or not. I'll hold the fort down." And he runs off. So
When the other guy runs off, I'm gonna attack the bloke with the. I'm gonna attack the bloke with a spear. I'm picking up Stormcleaver and I'm swinging at him at his head now.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh!
You pick up Stormcleaver.
This is just like in reality. This is actually.
Oh
this is
my
saving
god.
us.
As he goes to swing it, I jump on his back. Calm down, for fuck's sake! I left you alone for 5 fucking minutes. Fuck's sake!
GILDOR just grabs around the back of you and holds you in place and stop. And the guy says, "We're literally doing what you asked. What the fuck is your problem, bro?" So, meanwhile, this guy with the two hand axes comes sprinting through the door.
As he comes into the dining room, I'm holding Yeg upside down, tending to swing his great sword at this minor illusion, and I'm like, "Well, that's how we killed the Placer Beast."
Guy runs and says, "Gregor, there's an elf and a big Goliath bloke standing at the front door causing trouble. They say they're with your friends, but they've tried to attack Pike."
That's Zarlok for you, isn't it?
Oh, that'll be Zarlok.
You can hear in the background, "Yeah, someone get Yeg, please!"
Gregor's like, "I was enjoying my food," and he comes out and his wooden leg stumpily walks to the door.
I'll head out with him.
Stumpily is such a great descriptor.
You all walk out, and the guy holding the spear, who you've now known to be called as Pike, you can see Zarlok's got a bit of blood coming out of his shoulder. GILDOR has jumped on the back of Zarlok as he's
as Gil's on my back. You know when like if someone was to like jump on your back and you like bend forward like you're bowing really quickly to try and like flip them off your back. I'm gonna try and do that.
All right, make a strength check for me. Just a normal strength check. As you do that, you throw Gil off your shoulder into Pike, and Gildor just goes crashing into Pike, and you both just fall flat on your back. And as you look up, you're just standing underneath the eye line of Gregor, who just sighs and says, "Listen, these guys are okay. Let's just, you guys go hit the showers."
Zarlok's still in a rage, so he's still going for him.
All right.
So he's gonna. What's this bloke doing? Is he on the floor at the moment?
He's on the floor. Yeah.
Zarlok's gonna go and grab foot and then just try and sprint off into the distance of him.
I'm gonna cast as I see Zarlok go for him. I'm gonna cast on Zarlok.
You're gonna cast what?
I'm gonna cast Magic Circle on you.
There it is.
I mean, he's not a Fey, a Fiend, or an Undead.
Wow.
Oh yeah, fuck.
He
Okay.
just fucking runs straight
I want
through
you to
it.
make a contested strength check for me against. No,
I know. I'll do something instead.
No, I want to say for Zarlok to make a contested strength check against Gregor. Gregor gets a +10 to his strength checks because he's a fucking level 20 ex-adventurer.
Can I not do it? I'm trying to do something else.
Oh, what do you want to do?
Can I instead cast blindness on Zarlok?
All right. Make a Constitution saving throw from you, Zarlok.
That's why he rolls a nat 20.
Con save. It should be in the top left.
Yeah, no, I've got it.
He saves.
Good man.
He saves. Zarlok, make a strength check for me. You need to beat a 29.
Oh,
As you go,
Wait, you still got a bardic inspo from me.
that
If you roll a 7, it's a stand. If you roll an 8, then you do beat this level 20 adventurer.
It's mate to beat, isn't it?
Meet to beat.
Meet to beat it.
So as you go to like grab Pike by the scruff and run off of him,
Fucking hell.
literally Gregor just clothesline you across the neck and just with one swing of his arm just flattens you on the arse and says, "Play nice, okay?" You two. He literally grabs you by the scruff of your you don't even wear a top. He just grabs you like by the back of your head, and he grabs the other one by the back of his head, stands you both up and says, "Right, look each other in the eye, shake each other's hands, and then walk off."
I'm gonna try and break his hand mid shake.
No, please.
Why are you doing this to our biggest ally in this area?
Make a strength check. You don't break his hand, but you definitely squeeze rather hard, and he tries to match it and fails. And he does his best to not show any grimace, but it does hurt. You can tell.
Good on Pike, man.
And then Gregor sort of shoves Pike away. Says, "Pike, go hit the showers, man. Someone else can take watch tonight." And Yen will head off back to the mead hall for some food and some drink.
Oh, stressful.
I'm gonna just plonk Zarlok down in front of a big plate of turducken and keep him busy. Can I then do two things? I'm gonna slink off once these two have arrived. Firstly, I want to go to the garden and go find the grave that I dug in the garden all that time ago.
You go over there, and you can tell that the area has been well kept. Alfred looks after this daily. They've planted some more flowers around in the area, made it a bit more beautiful. And there's actually where the gravestones were. There's these two plaques, but rather they're not plaques. They're almost like frames, and inside are hand-drawn portraits of his wife and his son.
I'll very quickly pay my respects there, and can I cast prestidigitation on the flowers, make them bloom a little bit? like
Yeah,
bigger?
you do. A little bit of the grime and stuff of the item of the little like portrait frame is wiped off. The flowers bloom a bit nicer. The whole area just looks a bit more pretty. There's like a slight radiance of the light. Some of the white flowers that you can tell are like some rare flowers that aren't really native to here, and they sort of glow with like a little white light as you cast precipitation on them.
And then I want to go back inside and I want to find Alf.
You get back inside. You find Alfred. He's like tending to some people. He's sort of cleaning up some people that finished their food. He's refilling one of the wine barrels, and you can catch him nice and easily.
I'll just say, Alfred, can I have a minute with you in the kitchen very quickly?
Yes, of course. If you would like any more food, you don't have to come to the kitchen. I could bring it out to you.
No, it's something else. Just follow me, and I'll just head over to.
You walk in, and the kitchen's chaos. There's a dwarven man in the chef's hat, and he's like shouting people like literally he's like fully Gordon Ramsay like, where's the turducken sauce? How long are those apps? How long are those apps? So literally, like there's like a fucking manic in the kitchen. There's like big beefy dwarf is like pushing people around saying, where's the sauce? Where's the sauce? And like there's flames broiling. There's a pot of like stew bubbling over, and Alfred says. He takes you off towards the side where it's a little bit quieter and says, so, how can I help?
I'm gonna go into my bag of holding, and I'm gonna pull out the cloaker carcass that I still have in there.
It's been about a week and a half, and it fucking stinks. Like it has started to slightly rot a little bit. And as you pull it out, the fucking chef says, "Well, that's just gonna fuck our food hygiene rating, isn't it? What the fuck are you bringing that in?"
I'll be like, I'm really sorry. I'll be like, I want something made out of this. I don't suppose I can leave this with you to sort out. You're gonna know Waterside much better than I do. You're gonna know who to take this to, and you're probably gonna get it done quicker. In the morning, perhaps, or maybe tonight, if it's possible for you to do. Could you take this to someone and get either like a cloak or a robe or something made out of this, like the cloaker scales or like the hide of it?
Consider it done. I know a tailor who is more adept at using animal hides and sort of imbuing them with some magic. It might cost you a little bit. Do you have anything? I reckon if you want, I can go and inquire, and I can go inquire this evening. I've got some contacts, and I can let you know how much it will cost.
I'll give him. How much would I expect this to cost?
Make an intelligence check to get a range. You reckon for the labour, it's probably about a day's work to sort of strip the hide and fashion it into a cloak and to keep that magical properties of it intact. So for a day's work, he won't need too many materials. Probably around about anywhere between 40 and 60 gold.
I'm gonna give him 100 gold. And I'm going to say, take a little fee for yourself and also let the bloke know anything else he can make out of this carcass is much appreciated.
He nods and says, well, I thank you. I don't take tips. I'm a butler, not a waiter. So I will return to you with your change, but I appreciate the gesture.
Look, Alfred, just fucking buy yourself something nice, all right? I'm not bit for you, daft cunt.
He chuckles and says, okay, I'll treat myself, and he heads out.
Okay, and then I'll head back to the group.
How much platinum did we get, by the way?
You each got 34? 33, sorry.
Yeah,
33.
then you, yeah.
Thank you.
As I come back, I'll say, check if people have eaten and whatnot, and I'll say, so do you want to see the hall side? Me and YEGOR.
Sorry, you broke up again. Do you want to see the what?
The haunts of Waterside. We've had enough. Me and YEGOR have had enough. So,
Yeah, we've been out here before. We've been in these parts.
Isn't it like midnight at this point?
It's
yeah,
midnight.
but the grey quarter will be popping.
We went out to the Grey Quarter our first night. We went out at 2 a.m.
You're talking about it like it's Zanny.
It basically is. To be honest with you, it's literally that.
What are we going to the Grey Quarter for?
For a night out. I think we've earned it.
Gregor says, my partying days are unfortunately behind me, plus I have to tend here and I got a busy day adventuring tomorrow, but you guys, please feel free, go out.
I cast Charm Person on Gregor for him to come.
He's a level 20 warrior, his wisdom save is a +8. So he's got to beat, what's your DC?
16.
He's got to roll an 8 or higher. Oh, and that one.
Yeah!
That's crazy.
God!
He's like, fuck it, I'm having a night out.
I'll get you going out, Leg. It'll be good.
I'll get you going out, Leg. He's like, he literally pulls off his stumpy leg, like he's literally like a very like classic.
Puts on a normal leg,
and it's like a metal prosthesis, and it's like gilded with like gold and like a few like gems in it. It's fucking expensive. You can tell he had it made. He's like, I wore this on my wedding day. Haven't worn it since, but fuck it, tonight's a good enough night, isn't it? Let's go.
Unreal.
All right,
let's go.
You will head out to the Grey Quarter, and you see a similar sight to what you saw when you came here the first time. There's a small little refugee camp, and it's full of like travellers, out-of-towners, a bit more of a dodgy sort of folk. But they're all in good spirits. There's a bonfire. There's a set of bards all playing some music. Not BWA this time. No Dr. Drenzel in sight, unfortunately. He's not here this time. Different. So they're not as good, but they're still getting the party going. The air is thick with smoke, both from the bonfire and from also all the dragon grass everyone's smoking. Everyone is like fucking just lighting up a spliff at this place. Everyone is having a good old time. People are dancing. Make perception checks, I guess, anyone that wants to, or everyone that wants to.
Yeah, man.
I ain't. I'm vibing.
So Triple G on your perception check, because this is probably like I'm assuming you feel a little bit out of place. You know, this is like the first ever party you've ever really seen. You're not the most social person in the world. Have you been drinking, or do you not drink?
Oh, Triple G has never had a drink in his life.
All right. Have you drank anything whilst being at the estate, or have you?
I've brought him a drink at this point.
Do you take it or do you decline?
I have it in my hands. What is this, Jeff?
Oh, so it's like water, but it's a lot more refreshing, basically.
Is this going to enhance my spellcasting ability in any way?
I'll say to him, this will make your spells so much better.
Let's go insight versus deception.
Yeah.
Come on.
No way.
You believe that this drink is some sort of elixir that's going to channel
This is fucking
channel your
dangerous.
arcane ability.
Jaff, you're a menace.
Well,
Go on, get some of that down you. All down in one.
to Mistra, and I down the whole fucking thing.
To Mistra! And I neck my drink as well.
Cool. Jeff, you don't need to because you've drank alcohol before. Gildor, could I get Constitution saving throw, please? You're not paralytic by any chance, but you're definitely drunk now. Like you're feeling it, you're buzzed, and as you look around on that 25 perception, you see a bit of a surprising sight. You see a fellow high elf, female, sort of off on her own, and she's different to all of the high elves that you've seen. The high elves of Zahith are simple folk. They are not like, they're not the traditional fantasy high elves of like Lord of the Rings, where they're very elegant and they like dressed in beautiful garb. They're very much more down to earth, nature, simple folk. Obviously, they're still elves, are very intelligent, but they live a much more simple and rustic life. This one, she is dressed in a beautiful emerald green cloak, with like a white blouse poking out from underneath. She's got like silver and gold jewelry. She's very out of place in this sort of group of refugees and ruffians, and she's a bit off to the side, sort of got a goblet of wine in her hand, sort of sipping it and sort of just keeping an eye out on everything that's going on. She's sort of taking in everything. She hasn't noticed you yet. You see that. Jaff, on your 16 perception, you see a bunch of small halfling blokes all passing around some dragon weed, some dragon grass, and they're playing a dice game off to the side.
So first, do I notice Triple G notice this other elf?
Make an insight check. You see that, you know, he's nicked down the drink and he keeps glancing over to that girl. And you follow his eyesight and you do then see that that elven female.
I'm going to quickly lick my fingers and like slick his eyebrow across. And I'm going to be like, that's a bit of you right there. Go on, son. Like push him in that direction and slap him on the arse. Then, before I go over to the dice game, I'm going to try and get a hold of some dragon grass to give to Zarlok.
It's literally being passed out. There is one guy literally just passing out pre-rolls as people are looking in.
I'm going to grab a spliff, I'm going to light up one of my cigarettes, and I'm going to go over to Zarlok, and I'm going to be like, some bloke over there was telling me this makes you the strongest bloke in the universe if you're able to smoke this.
Before he's even finished, Zarlok's taking out his hand, he's smoking it.
Zarlok, make a constitution saving throw for me.
Oh my god.
The dragon grass hits you, and right now you're just feeling an overwhelming sense of love for everything around you. Like, you're looking at the fire burning and you're like, wow, that's so beautiful. You're seeing like people dancing, you're like, wow, that's such a really cool set of dancing. I wish I could dance like that. And everything you see just fills you with joy, and you're like just so calm. Your rage instantly disappears. You are no longer raging. You cannot go into a rage for like the next hour. You are just too chill and too placid and too happy about everything going on right now. I just want to look around and see everything.
If we get attacked right now, we're so fucking dead.
Because Zarlok's so happy. Because Zarlok's so happy, he's gonna get up and he's gonna dance.
Make an acrobatics check for me as she goes to dance.
Acrobatics.
You're just dancing like no one's watching. Like you're big and you've definitely taken up a lot of the area that people are dancing in, and people are like, you know, some people are getting a stray like elbow to the face as you're cutting shapes, but you are just like on your own, eyes closed, just absolutely dancing like no one's watching. Like you're telling the band to like pick up the speed so you can dance a little bit faster. You're like spinning on the spot, hopping from left to right. Like your arms all moving in these weird little motions. It's just very, very fluid and very enjoyable.
I'm gonna grab Yeg and I'm gonna say, hey, this time your boys aren't here to play with you. How about for the first time ever, me and you give it a little go?
Do a little karaoke sesh.
I can play a little instrument here and there.
Yeah, we just got well, as long as you know the words to the song.
I'll give it my best go. Is there a piano or keyboard or something of similar thing
where
on
the
the
band
stage?
are, they've got a mandolin kind of thing. There is a singer, and then there is one guy where it's not like a full-on grand piano, but it is almost like an electronic keyboard, but the arcane version. So it's like this stone sort of tablet with these different arcane glyphs on it, and pressing one indicates a note. And there's like a little other arcane glyph at the top that you can use to, in a sense, like change it from like a low pitch to a high pitch to give it like some reverb. It's almost like half keyboard, half DJ decks. But I would say that your proficiency in piano allows you to play this.
All right, I'm gonna grab Yeg. I'm gonna be like, get that loot ready.
Okay.
We're taking this stage for a spin.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm gonna go up and like basically just stand at the piano and like try and get these guys out of the way so me and Yeg can.
Fuck off, Ollie.
This band, you can tell that they are like full-on stoners, and as you walk up and say like, we want to play a little bit, they're like, that's totally chill, dude, man. Like that, you know what? I'm here for a good time. I'm here for some good music. Fucking rock that shit, man. And they sort of step back and light up.
I feel like I found my crowd.
I'm gonna be like, Yeg, what have we got on our locker?
I'm thinking. Bit of bittersweet symphony. I think that everyone can get involved.
You guys start playing, and the vibe goes nuts. Like, Zarlok's in the middle of a mosh pit at this point. People are going fucking crazy. Like, a couple of the boys are like just in there, like cutting mad shapes. Like, Zarlok, you're fucking loving this. Like, it's a bit more of an aggressive, upbeat sort of thing, and you're like stomping around, like headbanging as the vibes are now immaculate. And you see at this point, Triple G, that the elven lady, she's being very prim and proper, but even she's like tapping her foot a little bit and like sort of humming off to her oneself on the side, like seemingly enjoying the music.
Symphony!
Zarlok is dancing and these two are playing. Triple G has had another 3 shots on his own. He's fully like twerking on the table, and then sees this girl like really get into it. And oh, by the way, after one fucked, like as I am in real life, like right off after one drink, I'm straight over to these two. I slip them a little like note and be like, right, play this one. And as she's like, I'm assuming she's near the dance floor.
Yeah, she's still on the edge. She's not gone into the mosh pit or anything like that, but she's gone off to the edge. She's like listening, she's tapping her foot, she's nodding her head along. She's seemingly enjoying it.
I am going to, as she turns to look at me, fling my coat off and start shuffling over like Will from the In-Betweeners in the In-Betweeners
movie. Make an acrobatics check with disadvantage because you're lit.
What am I doing? Sorry.
Acrobatics with disadvantage because you're paralytic drunk at this point. You like dance over, you stumble a little bit, but for the most part you play it cool. And now she sees, she's like, there's like a look of like confusion, and you don't know whether the confusion is because of your way you're dancing or the fact that you're another elf here. You haven't really worked out, but you get over towards her. Do you say anything as you approach?
Good evening, fair maiden.
She says, good evening, and she says to you in Elven, I'm surprised to see one of my own kind here. Did you also leave after the expanse of the Sovereign?
The expanse of the Sovereign. Fucking hell. Honestly, my favourite time of year. Fucking love the expanse.
She looks at you saying, the expanse of the Sovereign isn't a time of the year, it's a thing that has happened. Where are you from?
Oh my god. I shout, Zarlok, this girl is as clever as she is beautiful. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Has anyone ever told you that they would like to kiss you on the mouth?
Jesus.
This one goes out to all of our lovers in the... And I'm gonna tell Yeg to start playing Dancing on the Ceiling by Lionel Richie.
It would have been a charisma check with disadvantage, but because of the music, it's now just a flat roll. Just give me a flat charisma check. She says...
Jeez.
She says to you...
True charisma.
Many have said so, and none have succeeded. And she sort of scoffs and laughs.
First time for everything. And I'm doing like a fucking, you know, when someone's like, you know, those things outside like car dealerships that are doing that fucking, they're like long things that's going crazy. Yeah.
Waving.
I'm doing that on the spot to dancing on the ceiling, just fucking up and down.
what a feeling!
She's like
Zarlok on the ceiling.
she's still kind of, she's definitely like turned off by you, but she's also still at the end of the day like enjoying like elven company. And she says, so where do you hail from?
You know, well, well travelled and all that, but from Zahith, obviously, I'm sure, you know, probably the same for you. Little known. No?
No.
Okay. Mid speaking, don't worry about it.
I'm from Lorandor.
Okay.
Yes, there's where most elves are from, I guess. Most of us are from Lorandor. I'm surprised that Lorandor, the continent
Who
Lorandor.
asked? Sorry. No, only joking. Only joking. That's fucking crazy. Lorandor, top 5 highest destinations for me. I was actually looking at Jet 2 packages to Lorandor literally yesterday.
Oh, well,
Would you?
I'd have to recommend Steranthelos. It is absolutely beautiful. The verdant green hills from the top of those spires are something to be admired at least once in someone's life.
And what does a fair maiden like you? How does she end up in a place like this?
Well, I see you're not aware of the current goings on in Lorandor. The sovereign, the leader of our elven people, has began a expanse into the other nations of Lorandor, and it is not the safest place to be currently. So myself and my sister fled, but we got separated. I ended up here, but I'm unsure as to where she is.
Your sister fled. Sorry, just one more time.
Yes, we fled. We fled Lorandor. We're from Steranthelos, and we escaped. I'm but a refugee trying to start a new life for myself. And
No. That just won't do. Look, this is so embarrassing, and I don't even want to bring this up, but I am. Don't know if you want to call it like prime minister or like president or just kind of a big deal where I'm from. You know, I don't like talking about it. It is embarrassing, and I go to pull out a like business card that I left Zarlok to like manage, but he's just printed his face on a card, and I'm like, that's me, GILDOR Gilgalad, Master of Mages, Zahith, the one, the only, one of one.
She hears Master of Mages and just laughs and says, "That doesn't exist. That's just an old wives' tale."
I mean, this is embarrassing, isn't it? I mean, you know, covered in tattoos. That wasn't, you know.
I have to admire the dedication to the bit, but you won't fool me.
Triple G has got his spellbook out and he's looking at things here that could actually convince this girl. He's like, okay, we're going to have to do this. We're doing this, are we? Okay.
This one goes out to all of our bad bitches in the crowd, and me and YEGOR play WAP, but I can't be Megan Thee Stallion.
I mean, look, who I am, Master of Mages or not, we don't do refugees down here. No, that's not happening. Not on my watch, okay? I see a maiden in distress and I act. What can I do for you?
Well, I mean, if there are more elves nearby, I would like to be with people of upper class standing and, you know, more of a
Oh,
more of a lifestyle I'm accustomed to.
Triple G has just had the best idea ever. What you're going to do is, you're going to leave this place. You're going to walk along the coast until you get to the border. When you get to the border of the next country, ask specifically for Cyrell, and he will sort you out.
Walk? You think I will walk? There must be a chariot or a carriage I can hire. You know, perhaps a driver and some nice provisions for my journey. Maybe some dates and some dried fruits.
As she is mid talking about carriages and shit, I should lean in to try and kiss her.
We're gonna roll a straight luck check to see whether she's into you or not. Call evens or odds.
Evens.
You go in to kiss her, and she just slaps you around the face and says, "Who do you think you are?" And she just walks off.
I did tell you, Master of Mages!
She turns back and gives you the elven equivalent of the middle finger.
And this one goes out to Master of Mages. There he is. And I'm going to do Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne.
I'm going to take on my form of dread on the piano, start playing Ozzy Osbourne.
At this point, I think Gildor, the alcohol's sort of catching up to you, and you have to head off and quickly bath somewhere because you are
terrible.
You need to get this toxins out of your system ASAP.
Not the tacky chunder.
I'm gonna, as I go off to be sick, I think the slapper sort of reminded me that I somewhat need to do something semi-responsible, and I am actually going to very quickly cast Sending, and I'm going to try and message Vilgefortz, and I've got 25 words.
I need to just double check. I don't think Sending goes across planes.
It does. You have to roll for it.
I checked. There's a 5% chance it goes wrong. So if you roll a D100, 1 through 5, it doesn't work.
Okay, perfect. All right, so roll your D100. Cool, it goes off as normal. What are you saying in your 25 words?
I'm counting this, by the way.
Hi, Dad. Fucked up right now. Lol.
I won't count LOL as a world. I won't count LOL.
Miss you loads. Everything okay? Question mark. What am I on?
Question
You've got 6 more. Sorry, no. 9 more.
It's got...
14 more. 14 more.
Yeah.
Zarlok is waved, and the boys rocking this shit. How many have I got left?
4 more.
5 more. 5 more.
I've got. Okay.
I didn't count question mark as a word.
5 more. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me know, boss.
Cool. You leaving it there? You've got 1 more word if you want it.
1 more. Go on.
Man. Boss man.
You send off the message, and your response is as follows. Good to hear you're having fun, my son. Really proud of the man you've become. Hope the rest of the boys are looking after you.
He's not even going to tell me how he's getting... Oh, well, he's responded. He must be fine. Okay, perfect. I was going to say, I wanted a box update. No, it's fine.
He then sends his own message to you with his own spell of sending. And he says, all good here. Had a few hangovers in my time, and I'm sure you'll have one too. Make sure to drink plenty of water.
Do I see Triple G Bath?
Yeah. So you see him walk off. Maybe it's Bath. You see him walk off.
I'm gonna collect a clear liquid that is definitely like vodka or some kind of.
Please.
Mate. Here you go.
Please.
Make an insight with disadvantage to see if you recognise this to be water or anything else.
Can I make a deception?
No, his insight, but he's got disadvantage because he's drunk. Oh, no.
Jesus Christ. You're actually going to poison him.
You see JAFF come over, and you're like, oh my god. you know, he's lied to me in the past, he's kept stuff away from me, but he's come a long way and he's doing a really nice thing right now, bringing you over a nice glass of water to keep you sorted out. Like,
This is
it is so
outrageous.
nice of him. You're so grateful. So you go to chug it, and immediately you spit it all out in front of his face.
Before I swallow it, I'm sobbing on the floor, and I'm like, you know, man, everyone's got you fucking wrong. The edgelord fucking, the edgelord shit. I see right through it. You're a fucking good guy, man. You're a good guy. Yeg doesn't hang around with pieces of shit. Okay, you're a fucking good guy. Fuck up, act, man.
You go to drink it, and you just feel the absolute burn of this like hard white liquor in your mouth. And
I'm willingly go unconscious.
Spray it in his face, and you pass out like. Ugh.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy to be unconscious.
I think at this point as well, the party at the Grey Quarter. By the way, you have not really seen Gregor do too much. He has been gambling at this table for a lot of the night.
Yeah.
And
I forgot about the table.
You go over to this little table of these halfling men playing dice, and you see like everyone's got their own little pile of like silver pieces, and Gregor has just got a huge stack of gold, and these halfling people are pissed off that he's taken them for a ride. And he's like, "Come on, play again. Let's go, keep going, man." They're like, "No, we don't want to play with you anymore, man. Like, you just keep rolling sixes. What can we do?" He's like, "Nah, man, come on, like, come on, play, come on." And then he pulls you in and whispers in your ear, "They don't know. I've got weighted dice. I'm taking these fools for a fucking ride,
That
man."
is, you're outrageous. Why is everyone a menace? We are menaces to society.
Well, seeing as I put Triple G unconscious, I'm going to sling him over my shoulder and I'm to Drawfus Estate to let him sleep.
At this point, the party's starting to die down. The elven lady is like trying to find somewhere to stay for the night. Like she's walking around all of the tents to be like, "Ugh, I'm not staying in a tent. Is there a?" She goes to like, you can hear her talking to someone else. Is there a hostel or a tavern? Like maybe not a tavern, maybe like a hotel. Maybe
I've got a room for you, darling.
She looks at you and are you still in your form of dread, or is that worn off by now?
No, I've dropped my form of
You
dread.
dropped your form of dread. She looks at you and says, "I don't know what you're implying, but I'm willing to listen." Okay, I've got another choice. She hurriedly walks after you, and she sees the unconscious Gilder on your shoulder. And he's like, "Oh, not this guy again," but whatever. And you all head off back to Drawfus Estate.
So I'll put Triple G in a room and I'll turn to her and I'll cast Charm Person. And I'll say, make sure he doesn't die tonight and like choke on his own sick or anything.
All right. No bonuses to this DC 16.
Yeah.
Oh, she failed. Says, "Okay, no worries." And she goes and she gets like a big like carafe of water, as well as like some extra pillows, some extra linen, and she like sets up the bed nice for you. She like pulls you out of your boots and like covers you up and like dabs a little bit of sick around your mouth and just stays up with you all night, sort of stroking your head as you as you are laying there unconscious. And you'll go to bed. You will get a long rest, and I guess we'll leave there for the night. It seems like a good place to end it.
Pray up. Lovely.
Boom.
It's always a good night.
A little holiday episode.
Yeah, we needed a little holiday episode.
I think we did after the stress of like the last few episodes.
Zarlok got fucked up by a preppy.
He's like a little roll.
What's in the fucking box?